This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Saporito in motion. Straight cross, Graham pumping. Double move, Derby McReynolds trying to get over there. And he does! What a recovery by Derby McReynolds!
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Laird Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drugstore, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, the Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, the Market 120, and the Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Two wide receivers near side. Curran in the slot. Chitano the wide out. Norris going to throw it up. He wants Troike over the top. He makes the catch. What a throw! He threw it in the breadbasket of Evan Troike on a rope. What a throw from the 30 down to the 20.
It's time for Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
And good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend and welcome to week number 6 of the 2018 high school football season. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Dale Shireman, as we settle in here for homecoming night tonight here in Girard, beautiful Girard, Kansas. Frank Jameson Field, the side of this one, as the Girard Trojans and the Prairie View Buffaloes hook up for what we think is the first time in each school's history, and both teams hooking up for a chance to really solidify themselves as a contender for a district championship. Right now, Prairie View's in the driver's seat as they come in at 4-1 on the season. They're 2-0 in district competition. They're the only team right now that is undefeated in district. The Trojans, if they want a chance to win this district, will need to offset that record a little bit here today and move to 2-1 if they can get a win. At that point, then we've got all kinds of scenarios that work themselves into things here in this one. The Girard Trojans coming off a 35-21 win over Anderson County, a game where they, I feel like, dominated a good portion of that ball game, let Anderson County kind of hang around in the first half and then put them away late in the first half, led 29-14 at halftime, kind of a slow third quarter, and then wrapped it up with a 35-21 victory. Their opponent tonight, Prairie View, they're, of course, coming off a good 28-0 win at Burlington. That's one, or against Burlington. That's one that maybe surprises some people a little bit. Their only loss, a 50-22 loss to Galena. Well, we know how good Galena can be, so throw that one out the window perhaps. But that 28-0 win over Burlington, Dale, that's one that'll make you kind of scratch your head and a little bit worried if you're the Trojans coming into this one.
Well, for sure, BJ. When they went up there and played to a 28-0 win, you have to ask some questions. But like we talked about earlier, I think that Burlington might have had a couple injuries that might have helped that out quite a bit. No doubt about it. Tonight, we have to play some ball up front, and our special teams have to be on key tonight to be effective.
This Prairie View team's a team that's not real big up front. The Trojans are, but they're fundamentally sound. They're a team that'll come at you a little bit. They do a lot of similar things. That's what Coach talks about. When we hear from him in just a little bit, we will talk to the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. Again, the winner of this one gives themselves a good shot to get that district championship. The first team and the second team out of the districts host playoff games, or host game number 9, so to speak. And so we will talk more about that as we roll right on through. This is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And of course, Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crawcan has to offer at ckt.net. It is homecoming. We'll have coronation ceremony coming up here in about 20 minutes. We'll keep on through the pregame show. Up next, we'll take you back to that win over Anderson County as we have the highlights from that matchup against the Bulldogs as the Trojans won it 35-21. All that and more is still to come here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Croc-Inn Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Back out here live to Frank Jameson Field in Girard. The side of this one, the Trojans playing back-to-back home games for the first time this season. And that's because last week they got a good victory over the Anderson County Bulldogs as they beat them 35-21. Let's take a look back at some of those big highlights as the Trojans knocked off the Bulldogs. 14 to play and counting in this first quarter. Trojans are trying to use it all up. They took over with 8:59 to play, and they've taken almost 5 minutes off the clock. As of right now, they took off 5 minutes off the clock. Send him in motion. That's Shirtano. Across the formation, turn, hand off Creed again. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. They'll kick it from right to left again. Wade Boatman. His 7-yard approach.
Boatman with a kick. Nice deep kick.
And it'll be fielded inside the 10 about the 8-yard line. Center return. This guy's got some scoots. Oh, it's just Boatman trying to catch him. Troyke trying on the angle. See if he's got the right angle. This is going to be a long return. Troyke going to get him just shy of the goal line. He's got some speed, and he hit that hole in a hurry. Almost 4 minutes into this drive, and this is bringing up the 10th play of it. First down and goal for the Trojans. Turn handoff, Creed going forward behind this big fullback. Touchdown, Trojans. Creed Curran back-to-back scores. That one from 4 yards out. The Trojans answer back as they go up 12-7 here with 11:34 to play in this first half. It'll be second down and 1 at the 11-yard line. Ball's actually sitting right about the 10, but able to get a first down here, and then you'll have first and goal. 5:52 to play in the first half. Trojans all mounted up with Anderson County. Turn, handoff, Humble. He's got the first down, still on his feet, dragging him into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. An 11-yard touchdown run by Humble. And the Trojans make quick work of that drive. And with 5:42 to play, they lead it 20-14.
2-minute drill right here. Back up on the ball. Let's go.
Got to be ready to go at the snap. They wind the clock. Minute 28, they will turn it. Shotgun here for Norris. Straight drop. Look downfield. Lets it fly underneath. He's got Shirtano. Shirtano's got the first down and more. Inside. Bulldog territory up to the 40-yard line. And that is a 19-yard pitch and catch for Gage Shirtano. Norris Roll to the left side, under 30 seconds to play. Looks downfield. He's got Kern wide open. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Trojans. What a beautiful play. A 17-yard and Creed Kern's third touchdown of the ball game. 2 on the ground, and that one he got behind coverage. They had lost him, and Ty put it right on the money, and the Trojans lead it 28-14 with the point after attempt coming up. 4th and 10, 4th and 9. Trojans need to pick up a first down. Double move, throw it to the corner. Over the top, Shorkey. Touchdown, Trojans. Well, that'll make up for a lot of woes. A 19-yard pitch and catch, maybe the most beautiful pass of the season, and he's had some dandies. And the Trojans cap off that drive, an 80-yard drive on a 19-yard pitch and catch from Ty Norris to Evan Troike, and the Trojans lead it 35-14. 35-21 here over the Bulldogs. The Trojans are going to move to 3-2 on the season, and they will move to 1-1 in 3A District 2 competition with this wonderful 35-21 win over the Anderson County Bulldogs. Yeah, it's a pretty good win for the Girard Trojans to get to 1-1, get their first win in district competition, and they go it over the Anderson County Bulldogs. Up next, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, as we continue on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
A yellow flag on your team is bad, but a yellow tag on your favorite new flooring or furniture, now that's awesome. Get to Derail Commodity for huge savings during their yellow tag inventory clearance sale. Renew the look of your home with steep discounts on all in-stock carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile flooring. Even in-stock furniture is on sale. Kick off your fall with new flooring and furniture during the yellow tag inventory clearance sale at Derail Commodity, with locations in Joplin, Butler, and Fayette, Missouri, as well as Independence and Brazelton, Kansas.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new Ceric Dental System, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you, getting ready to talk to the head football coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott. Coach, a good win last Friday night against Anderson County. The Bulldogs coming in, and a game where you guys kind of jumped out ahead, and they came back, and it was just kind of a back-and-forth affair, but finally in the second half got things put away and got a good win to get your first win in district play. How important was it to kind of get going right there at home again against the Bulldogs?
Yeah, it was very big. You don't want to start district play on team. We knew they were going to be an improved team. I think they've their record is not glaring as how good they are. They've got some talented guys on the offensive, defensive side, some speed, and they ran hard, did some things very well. It looked like it was going to be a track meet there for a little bit, and then we were able to get a stop and get a score right before half, which kind of spread the margin a little bit, and we were kind of able to run out some clock and do some things in the second half, and we weren't executing great in the second half of times, but well enough to hold on and win.
Probably the key, I think, for you guys, and something you struggled at early in the season, but seems to have improved a little bit, and certainly was against Bulldogs, was finishing drives. You were doing pretty good really all year long, even against Galena, between the 20s. But once you got in there, had a hard time. But the other night, able to finish off those drives. What helps you guys be able to do that a little more consistently?
Well, we put some emphasis on it in the last couple of weeks, and glaring to our guys that we got to finish and worked on some things in practice and situations there. But we were able to run the ball really very effective the other night. And when you get into red zone and short yardage and things like that, that's one thing you got to be able to do. And we were able to do that. That's why I think we were able to finish drives the way we did.
It also seemed like offensively a focus on spread the ball a little bit. Obviously, teams are going to be doubling Evan Troike right now because of the early season he's had, and right off the bat, able to get the ball in the hands of Gage Shirtano and Colton Kirby and getting those guys into it. Was that a focus for you, and did you like what you saw to those guys?
It was considered after a little bit of an emphasis that week to try to spread around a little bit, and it just kind of worked out in the situations we were in and some of the play calling we made. Those guys were making plays, making catches, and Kirby ran the ball well off the edge, did a couple things there. So it was nice to see everybody kind of get more involved with it, and part of it was the plan, and part of it just kind of fell naturally into it too. So when that happens and you feel like you've got a lot of options to go with and you're not worried about trying to get the ball to one person, it makes it a lot easier to call plays.
Seems like defensively too, started to kind of get over the hump a little bit, and it's the back end of your defense has really started to really mature and be a factor. A guy that we talk about all the time, and we go to hand out, Player of the Game awards. He always gets overshadowed by somebody's big effort, but consistently, week in and week out, Wes Jahay has been kind of a tone setter for you. How important is he at that safety spot to kind of keep things going in the back end?
He's scrappy. He didn't play last year. He's played before, obviously, but he didn't get there last year because of some health reasons, and he has been very, very good at that position. And as far as what those safeties are asked to do, very intuitive on where to fit and where to see things. He is really his effort. I mean, he is running and hustling and getting the ball no matter what, and those safety positions, they put him in a position to be there. But during the week of practice, he's got really good questions. He really wants to know what's going on, when to make the checks he needs to make, and that's been a really good thing for us because he can get guys in the right position. The communication's been really well through those four guys in the back end all year, and you can tell when it's not going well, but it's not going as great as you want. Those guys can kind of get things lined up and start talking and get some right position.
Yeah, I'm guessing on a opposing team scouting report that says number 15 will come up and stroke you. So you need to be ready for that, and that's always a good thing on defense. We talked after that Burlington game. All of us kind of thought we'd like to have that game back. Well, kind of by proxy, you're going to get it again here pretty quickly because Prairie View thumps Burlington 28-0, and now you get to play the Buffaloes. And what do you know of them? What do you expect of them? What's it going to take for the Trojans to get the win here on homecoming?
It's going to take us to have a good effort and a good team effort and playing responsible, and because they'll do some different things. They on the offense, they look a lot like we do. I mean, they're two back, run some inside veer, run some midline, run some power. They like to be physical. They've got a good tailback, good fullback, good quarterback. They don't hurt you in their own ways. And they like to run the ball. They're going to fit a little bit more maybe than Galena would, but they want to run the ball and set the tone there. And that's why we need to be physical and be sound in the option game, and where we're fitting and who we're squeezing to and who's responsible for what. Defensively, again, they look similar to us. They're 4-3, cover 2, cover 3 a lot. They're physical inside. They fit their gaps pretty well, and they've got a couple linebackers who can run pretty well. So they can make it tough on you. You got to be able to take the fight to them a little bit and establish a run game and throw when you want to, not when you have to. So that's going to be something we have to do.
All right, Coach. Well, it should be a lot of fun as always. Homecoming as well, so you'll deal with that before the game and get things going against the Buffaloes. We appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Neil Philpott, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll step away, take a quick break. Still to come, we do have those homecoming festivities we'll have for you live here in just a little bit. Also still got your keys of game, starting lineups, and opening kickoff from Girard, the Trojans, the Buffaloes, tonight on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Got here live to Frank Jameson Field. Look at those four guys. Handsome fellows. Going to have some escorts here in a little bit. They'll be escorting these ladies here in a little bit for homecoming as the the Trojans have their homecoming festivities out there. Wade Boatman, Colton Kirby, Chandler Humble, and Cole Cuthbertson out there to be the men of the hour. Let's take a look at your area matchups brought to you by our friends at Bumper to Bumper, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the area since 1935. Come and talk with Willie if you're in need for belts, box brake pads, Wicks filters, time-kit bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in Girard. First up in those big classes, 4A, Fort Scott and Chanute, I think, is a big-time matchup there in that classification. Elsewhere in 4A, the Pittsburgh matchup. Pittsburgh playing a 5A Mill Valley team, 2-3, but they play some really good competition. Pittsburgh at 5-0. See how good they really are here tonight in that one over there at Hutchinson Field. 3A District 1, that's the other one. The Trojans have played a couple of those teams. I think the big matchup in that one is Columbus and Parsons. Find out how good Parsons, I think, really is. They lost a tough one to Frontenac last week. I think Caney's probably, Galena's the favorite, Caney number 2 out of that one. Elsewhere in this district, Iola and Burlington is at Burlington and Anderson County at Osawatomie. In the 2A District 1, Humboldt is at Riverton 1-4. A pretty good win right there. That's a really bad district. District number 1, Humboldt, the clear favorite in that one. 1A District 1, Colgan played last night against Yates Center, and they won handily 70-15. Uniontown at Pleasanton, and then 8-man District 2, 8-man 2 District 1 rather, is St. Paul hosting Marmonton Valley. St. Paul 4-1, 2-0 in district play. The other team in that one that is playing well is Southern Coffee County. Also, it's time to take a look at our shot of the game, brought to you by Kim Kravitz Photography. Kim Kravitz has some of those great shots. She is a boutique photography studio specializing in high school senior pictures and sports photography. Let Kim capture your memories. Learn more at kimkravitzphoto.com. Call 620-704-7474. And that's a dandy one there as Creed's first touchdown of the ball game last week in their victory. As that was a good one for that ball game. That's a great shot there, Dale. That's big old Chandler Humble, and it takes 3 to tango, apparently, to get that big fella down. You can see those muscles. It works hard in the weight room, and it shows off on something like that.
Chandler keeps his legs moving very well, and it's well known that if you're going to hit him, you better hit him low, because you're not going to bring him down with an arm tackle.
So Chandler's strong, and Evan Troike can jump. That's Evan. That's his shot of him stealing that interception away from Creed. Creed's eyes got as big as saucers, and all of a sudden, Evan, you can't see very good because the logo's over the way, but he is elevated flat off the turf as he takes a shot of that. And so It is Kim Kravitz's photo, our shots of the week. Another good look at those boys right there. Let's take another break. We come back, we will have your homecoming festivities. When we return, you're watching it on Girard Sports Live.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays. 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athlete.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Trojan marching band under the direction of Willie Beatty with our national anthem here on Girard Sports Live. It's homecoming here tonight. A good crowd, and we'll turn it over to our PA announcer as he introduces our homecoming court and all that festivities. We'll turn it directly over to Mr. Letourneau.
Are now forming the court for tonight's festivities. Tonight's candidates were selected by the GHS class of 2019, and the homecoming queen was selected by the student body. It is our pleasure at this time to present the queen candidates from the senior class. Please welcome our first candidate, Miss Marcy Heatherly. Marcy is the daughter of Randy and Julie Heatherly. Marcy is involved in SAD, SAFE, FEA, Recycling Club, Science Club, Trojan Ambassadors, Golf and Softball. Marcy is on the GHS Honor Roll, is a Renaissance Card holder, the National Honor Society President, KS President, FCCLA Officer, Foreign Language Club, STUCO Representative, and is the Senior Class Vice President. Marcy's driver this evening is Senior Cole Warner, son of Bruce and Penny Warner. Our second card welcomes Miss Maya McLeod. Maya is the daughter of Mike and Denise McLeod. Maya is involved in the National Honor Society, Multimedia, FEA, FBLA, Foreign Language Club, Scholars Bowl, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Foreign Language Club, Science Club, Track, and is a Trojan Tribune reporter. Maya is on the GHS Honor Roll and a Renaissance Card holder. The Recycling Club, STUCO Representative, KX Treasurer, FCLA Board Member, and its Senior Class Treasurer. Maya's driver this evening is Senior Carson Siebert, son of Ryan and Paula Siebert. Please welcome our third candidate, Miss Gabby Sands. Gabby is the daughter of Bob and Carla Sands. Gabby is involved in golf, basketball, Kayetz and Sad. She's on the GHS Honor Roll. A Renaissance card holder is the FCCLA Vice President and the National Honor Society Student Council Representative. Gabby's driver this evening is senior Connor Dillon, son of Rob and
Danny Richard State.
Please welcome our fourth candidate, Miss Kinsey Smith. Kinsey is the daughter of Steve Smith, Dana Wilson. Kinsey is involved in Kayetz, SAD, and Recycling Club. She is involved in basketball, volleyball, Kayetz, FCCLA, and FBA. She is also a Renaissance card holder. Kinsey's driver this evening, senior Zane Henderson, son of John Henderson and Melissa Rooms. Our final candidate this evening is Miss Kinsey Smith. Sorry, just read that one. This one is the very best work this evening is senior Cole Cuthbertson, son of Scott and Julie Cuthbertson. Escort this evening for senior Ray Copeland, son of Jimmy Copeland, and Chrissy Harris.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Oops, clear that, clear that, clear this. Best laid plans. Breaking news, Marcy Heatherly, your 2018 homecoming queen, apologized for that. We had full intentions of bringing that to you, and technology had other intentions, of course. Lots of people I could blame it on, but I'm pretty sure it was my fault, so I'll take that one. Marcy Heatherly, congratulations to her. Cole Cuthbertson, I was busy fixing this stuff. Did he lay one on her at least? I mean, kind of...
He did kind of later back, and the crown fell off.
Of course, yeah. Well,
big smooch. So.
He had the same best lane plans. A gentleman, I'm sure Cole is in that one. So congratulations. All four candidates very deserving of that. And hopefully now we'll focus on some football. It's always the challenges on homecoming, Dale, is you have some of this distraction, so to speak. It's always good. It's one of those memories you make as a kid. That's what high school sports is all about. But now you go into the locker room, you got to get dialed back in a little bit. Yeah, you always have to come out focused, and hopefully the boys have been taught, we have a game ahead of us. It's always nice to have the big crowds and in the pomp and circumstance, but you know what? It's time to play some ball. As we keep you going here a little bit, let's take a look at our keys to the game. Brought to you by the Bender on 7. The key to satisfying your appetite is a stop at the Bender. The Bender has quickly become a Girard favorite with great daily specials. Tonight, get to the Bender, watch the game. They've got it on right now. Apologize, guys, for the mess up. Check out the outdoor patio and enjoy their Friday night steak tip special. Bender on 7. Dine in or call for a pickup. 620-724-4860. And in this one, Dale, you talk all the time and you talk during the broadcast. It's got to start up front.
Yes, it has to start up front, no question about it. It's one of those where the guys have to man up and they have to do their jobs up front if we want to have any success at all.
Now, with that said, offensively, when the Trojans have scored points, when they've gotten into the 3-touchdown category, that's when they've won their games. So they need to score. Their defense has been fairly consistent at times. I think only of a Galena game where they really got gouged. And then Burlington, they played pretty well, actually, other than the first 5 minutes of the game. The defense has been good, but the offense has to score. I think the key to this is going to be finishing drives. BJ, how many times have we just died at the 5-yard line, the 2-yard line, the 10-yard line? We get inside the red zone, we have to finish drives. Talked with Coach about that. He mentioned that very thing when we talked on our pregame show just a minute ago about they did better last week against Anderson County, and it certainly did show. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by the Bender on 7. Starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylists Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your very best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. Dale, about time to get back there, I think. Your hair grows pretty quickly. Get back there and get that taken care of. Take a look at first our Trojan defense, and they're led there in the back end by Evan Troike at that free safety spot. Leading tackler on this team right below him there is Chandler Humble. Chandler with 48 tackles, but right there off to the side, Wes Jehay, that strong safety spot. Talked with Coach about Wes a little bit in the pregame as well. 46 tackles on the season right behind the middle linebacker. And then Caden Lallman, Colton Kirby lining up your linebacking core. The corners are Derby McReynolds, Creed Curran, and then you're up front for RF Factor here, Chase Bryan in there on that tackle. Carter Doherty having a fantastic season in his campaign as well as a senior. Carter on this team right now on the from that DN position has 25 tackles on the year. Take a look at that Trojan offense, and again led by Ty Norris. I think maybe his most complete game was last week against that Anderson County team. Got to get those two running backs going a little bit. That will open some things up on the edge a little bit. And we noticed, too, the Trojans, a more concerted effort, getting the ball spread around, and I think that was a big key last week against Anderson County, Dale. Yeah, it was always great to see that we spread the ball a little bit. Chitano got in there. I think he had 4 catches, close to 100 yards in receiving, and that's big for the Trojans. So the Prairie Dogs, the Prairie View cannot key on just Troike. We have to spread the ball around. We need to hand it off to our big man up front, and we need the speed to the outside, too. They are the Prairie Dogs for the rest of the broadcast. We'll step away, take a quick break. We'll come back. Over to Kickoff. Coming up next, you're on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student-athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Trojans won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, and so the defense will take the field here to begin things. They will kick it away to the Prairie View Buffaloes. Again, I think the first time these two teams have ever matched up in football. We've seen each other in other sports, obviously same classification, just up the road there, just off to the west of Lacine is where Prairie View sits. It's been around for 30 or 40 years. I think that school has been up there, but never really been a powerhouse at football. But here they are, 4-1 on the season and 2-0 in district play. Opening kickoff brought to you by Lyritt Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Lyritt Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece, or even sign up for classes. Lyritt Ceramics, 503 West Maple, 620-724-8442. Kick away, going to be fielded and going from the middle. Up the middle by Damian Klein, and he is going to be hit and brought down. Good tackle there by Derby. Derby makes a lot of good plays on special teams, and he will get one here to get things started for the Girard Trojans defense. Offense for Prairie View will start over there at the 28-yard line. And that's how we'll get going here on this one. Prairie View coming out. Again, they'll look fairly similar at times as the Trojans. Here's a straight I formation, fullback and a tailback, two wide receivers, one to each side. Tight end far side as well. Here for the quarterback, Justin Scott. He'll turn, put in the belly of the running back. Trojans ball loose already on the ball. And it looks like Prairie View might have jumped on top of that one just barely. That ball shot out of there. Didn't see who got a helmet on it, but the Buffaloes luckily to jump on that one. Number 33, Mason Walker, the linebacker, fell on top of that one, that fullback. Tight end, rather.
Great job up there by Derby McReynolds coming up and hit that ball loose. Just put his helmet right on top of the ball, shot it right out of there. Let's look for the Trojans to try to do it again.
They put that to Hunter Boone. And he is a load for them. He's a guy who's a factor. Toss sweep near side. Here's Boone trying to find the edge. Forcing back inside. And that time Wes Jahay did what he was supposed to. The help just didn't come there. And finally coming to make the play was Creed Curran. But a long run there for Boone. And a nice pickup there of about, I don't know, about 12 or 13 yards. So on third and short now, the Trojans got to stiffen up here defensively. Double tight wishbone, turn, handoff, second guy. Dury's going to be dropped down. Big time play coming from behind. Chandler Humble, he bursts through the line, gets a tackle for a loss, and a huge stop there on third and short of no gain.
Great job. Prairie View went into that jumbo set, heavy to the weak side, backside stunted. Great job by Chandler.
No gain to bring up fourth down and short. And Prairie View can act like they're going to come up and run it on the 37-yard line. That is a gutsy decision here. We'll see how much they think. This could be a big turnaround in this one. Tied into the far side, double tight. Actually tight end both sides, double tight wishbone, turn, handoff. The ball's loose again. Here we lost it. Trojans get the stop. That was never really in the hands there of the running back, who was Gavin Kohler, and he wasn't able to get it. And another stop by Chandler Humble.
Chandler Humble, D. Weidman made that play. He blew that tight end up, had nowhere to run, stood him up. Right there was Chandler Humble to clean up the mess.
That is a big stop there on a turnover on downs here early in this ball game. They try to go for it, and nothing doing. Trojans' first possession as Girard will start here at the 37-yard line. Turn, handoff, Curran, bounce backwards, and that was not good. That time the defender came right in the hole, number 55 for them, Riley Reinerson, and he pushed Humble right back into the play, and Curran had nowhere to go with it.
Humble's got to be able to cut that guy. If he's going to fly upfield like that, go ahead and put your helmet on his knee, drive through it, and get him to the ground.
Loss of 2 on the play to bring up a second down at 12. Norris, handoff to the fullback, and Humble. Oh, Norris ends up pulling it out and keeping it himself. And it'll be a gain of 5 for Norris. And it'll bring up a third down. This is 4 down territory here for the Trojans. On a third down and about 8 from the 35-yard line. Moving from right to left. Jay Hay with it on the far side. Split out to the far side. Caden Harrison split out there as well. Colton Kirby near side. Pass. Lost it. That's the old adage, catch before you run. Chandler had peeked his way upfield. He knew he was going to have a little bit of running room. If he makes that catch, couldn't pull it around. 4th down.
Yeah, he's just got to make that catch first. Fullback out of the backfield, and a lot of open room. You got to look it in, son.
And so, 8:49 to play. Two wide receivers to the far side, one to the near side. That's Kirby. Humble will flip from right to left on the left side of Norris. Straight drop, 4th and 8. Look down the field, lets it fly. He wanted Curran, he can't get it. Boone comes across there and swats it out of the ground, out of the air, and just like that, we have back-to-back turnovers on downs to start this ball game, and both defenses doing what they need to do here early on.
Trojan offense just looked one step off. That handoff, the mesh points just weren't quite right. See if we can get that fixed.
8:44 to go here, first quarter. Prairie View back with it, this time at the 35-yard line. One runner back to the left of the quarterback, Scott. He'll turn, toss sweep, going far side. Trojans trying to chase it down, and they do get a hold of him, Colton Kirby, but the big fella dragging defenders for a good gain there, Isaac Partita. Big dude is the junior tight end, kind of wide receiver on the end around on that play.
Nice job by Kirby coming up. He's just got to run through it, though. He dropped down, grabbed his legs. He's just got to run through those lower half.
It's a gain of 4 on the play to bring up a second down at 6 here for Prairie View. Wide receiver to the left side, one to the near side. That's Partita. I formation here. And the fullback is Jacobs. Turn handoff to Jacobs, and he'll barrel forward for a gain of about 6. He needed 6. He got it. Maybe 7. And a 7-yard pickup will bring up a first down here for the Prairie View Buffaloes. We've got our first down of the ball game. And the Buffaloes will move the chains, get it across the 45 up to the 46-yard line. Turn, handoff again. This time it's barreled and bottled up. That's Carter Doherty coming down hard from that DN spot, making a play on Jacobs. No gain on the play to bring up the second down and 10.
Carter Doherty did a great job crushing down. So did Chase Bryant right there. Stood up his man, made a pile, had nowhere to run.
Second down and 10. At the 47-yard line. Defensive battle so far here in the opening quarter of this one. 7:20 to play in this first quarter here on homecoming night for the Girard Trojans. They are 2-0 at home in their 2 games this season. Fullback Jacobs, tailback Boone, turn, handoff, and it is immediately balled up, and there's Chase Bryant on that one. He got there faster than the running back did.
It was a good old trap play, and they didn't get Chase trapped. That's exactly what it was. He didn't take the upfield angle. He took it straight across the center's nose and took him down.
They give him a modest gain up just across the 47. It'll be officially a gain of 1. And it'll bring up a third down and 9 here for the Buffaloes. One to the far side, one to the near side. Same formation in the I. Boone, the tailback. Scott under center. Turn. Fake the handoff. Play action coming this way. Swings it out. Throws it under for Boone. And he's get to the sideline. He's going to be knocked out of bounds short of the first down. It'll be a gain of about 8, maybe, on the play. And they mark it there as I looked at that far side official. Gain of 7 on the play.
Bring up 4th down and 2.
And they bring up a 4th down and 2. If they went for it earlier on 4th down, they're definitely going to go for it here. And that was a well-designed play. That one catches Wes Jahay in no man's land. What do? Because if you fall back, the quarterback can run it. And if you go rush the quarterback, he's got an easy pass and catch. And that's exactly what happened here. Another 4th down. Hard count?
Yep.
Nope. Turn, handoff. Boone. Trojans get it up. Nope. Kick it outside. Penalty flag comes down. They run it well. Trojans had the stop. That penalty flag, though, going to bring this one back. That was a very well-executed play. A nice read by quarterback Scott to pull it out there and kick it to Boone. Trojans better be careful not to be too aggressive. They're going to get bailed out there, though, on the holding penalty.
They'll get bailed out for the Trojans, but I'll tell you what, you blow up that fullback 4 or 5 more times, and he's not going to want to carry the ball.
That was going to be another stop on 4th down. It still may be, but this will be a holding penalty from where that flag sits, which was right at the first down marker. They're going to mark it from the line of scrimmage.
You got to think they'll send in their kicker this time.
Yeah, probably going to punt it away. And so the Trojans get a stop here. And will force a punt. With 6:23 to play in this opening quarter, Trojans and the Buffaloes knotted up at 0 still. Coming on to punt it away for Prairie View is Blake Bodicker. He'll stand at his own 33-yard line. He'll put a foot into this one, kind of a knuckleballer. Troike going to give a fair catch. This one's going to take a Trojan bounce. And Trojans should have fairly good field position here as they will start at the 31 here with 6:12 to play in this first quarter. So both teams kind of feeling each other out a little bit. Both have thrown some punches, but nobody's gone down so far, Dale.
Back and forth they'll go. I think penalties and turnovers will be the name of the game here.
Well, I think for the Trojans, it's just, your innate sensibilities to look at that score and go, man, they beat a team that beat us 28-0. I think now with 2 drives under, that's out the window. Trojans got to know they can play with this team. I think I see that same thing. He needs to get going right here, though. The deep back's Curran. The fullback is Humble. Kirby to the far side, near side Shirtano. I've yet to see Evan Troike in on offense. Turn, hand up, ball's loose. And it's going to be still loose, and I think Prairie View has it.
I think they do, too.
Nobody really jumped on it for the Trojans because I don't think anybody knew it was out. And immediately a fumble. And that's a big-time problem for the Trojans here to start that drive.
Man, I just said that, too.
Well, that's what you get.
Knock on some wood.
Luck is not our forte in this broadcast booth. 6:02 to play. And just like that, Prairie View is going to have very good field position as they will have it at the Trojan 33-yard line. And now the Trojan defense is going to be pushed. Toss sweep, fake that toss sweep, going to keep it Scott. He'll try to pick his way through. Nice job. Well played by Colton Kirby, staying home on that far side linebacker spot.
That's right. He has a job to do, and it's the quarterback. He read that well and stayed home. Good job.
1 yard gain there for Scott. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Trojans have been pretty good on first down so far, and that's always a critical stat. 5:38 and counting in this first quarter. No score, but Prairie View with good opportunity here. With the ball, 2nd down and 9 at the 32-yard line. 2 wide receivers far side, tight end near side. I formation, the deep back this time is Kohler. Turn, handoff to Kohler. He'll cut back inside. It's a quick hitter, quickly up near the 25-yard line. And it'll be a gain of about 7 on the play for Kohler. And they got a lot of guys. They have spread the ball around. Lots of guys have carried the ball so far. That gives you the Trojans a lot to account for.
They're pretty good about getting upfield, too. They put that foot in the ground and they get upfield real quick. So the Trojan defense has to man up here.
3rd down and 2. Under 5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. 2 wide receivers far side. The split out is Gage Bloodgood. Sweet name. High formation. Boone the tailback. Nope, that's Kohler. And a timeout going to be called. Timeout by Prairie View. And they will get the first timeout of this ball game. 4:46 to play in this opening quarter. Trojans backs against the wall. See if they can get the stop. When I return, you're watching on Girard Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the four-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
4:46 to play in this first quarter. Girard Trojans and the Prairie View Buffaloes 0-0. Prairie View on a 3rd down and 2. Scott rolling. Play action, looking down the field. They want a big one, big hitter, and it is going to be a touchdown. Touchdown Prairie View in a long pass up. That ball was at the 26-yard line, so a 26-yard. They saw something they liked there. Troike bites on the play action, and just like that, the Buffaloes have a big play here in this first quarter and lead it 6-0. Point after attempt coming. The running back, Boone, will be the kicker, Hunter Boone. And it kicks up, and it is good. 4:40 to play in this first quarter. Trojans trail by 7. We're back at 30 seconds. You're watching it on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Prairie View takes an early 7-0 lead here with the Girard Trojans on a 26-yard pitch and catch from quarterback Justin Scott to the tight end Mason Walker. Good-looking tight end for them. So with 4:40 to play in this first quarter, Trojans trail 7-0. Certainly the sky's not falling. You've seen some things you can do, and they had them into a 3rd and 2. Now the Trojan offense going to get it back. A line drive kick to Kearney. Should have a good return here at the 10, at the 20. And middle return, trying to pick his way through up near the 30-yard line. It's a 20-yard return for Creed Curran, and Trojans will have good field position at their own 30-yard line.
Number 27, Billy
here with
Petty
4:33 to play. Trojans offensively have sputtered and it's been timing a little bit at times.
I talked about that earlier, BJ, where the mesh points just weren't quite right, and the one pass attempt was just behind him. So North will get on track, and Coach Philpott will coach him up on that.
4:33 to play in this first quarter. Trojans back with it offensively at their own 30. North will settle under center. Turn, hand off, and just not a lot of push up front. Trojan offensive line's got to give him a little bit more of a chance. I'll tell you, a guy that's been in there is Riley Reinerson, that kind of undersized defensive tackle down there, defensive end rather. This senior has been in on some plays already, number 55 on your screen.
Front three there, just standing and looking at that play. We've got to push through and block to the whistle. Latch on your man and block to the whistle. It's pretty simple.
Tell you another guy I've watched up there, I talked to Dale about him, is Wyatt Cox Halliburton. It's Cox Halliburton, a hyphenated last name. That's quite a name. He better be good. He's right over the ball. Turn, handoff. Creed trying to cut back, and he'll pick his way forward maybe for a yard or two, and the Trojans have a hard time running between the tackles here. And I mentioned Reinerson a moment ago. Halliburton, Cox Halliburton's a guy who is right there over that ball, and he is just stalemating things there. And maybe Wade Boatman having his hands full here. This offensive line's tested. They've played some good offensive line, good defensive lines. They did okay against Galena at times. That time limited to a gain of 2. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 here for the Trojans. Wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Shirtano lets it fly. He tries to go up and get it just out of the hands of Gage Shirtano. And incomplete, and a 4th down in a punting situation here. And it will be a punt here with 3:11 to play in this first quarter.
Norse was just a little bit late. Stano had broke out of his cut already. The ball should have been there already. It was late and thrown a little bit behind him. But Stano's going to have to go up and get that, anything close.
I've not seen Evan Trokian on offense yet in these first three drives. Caden Longman to punt it away. Back to return it is the speedy Gavin Kohler. Fair caught at the 40, and that's where this one will start for Prairie View. Well, the Trojans defensively have done pretty good, except for that big play to the tight end right up the seam.
Yeah, the Trojans are doing what they need to do up front. The front four for the Trojan defense has made their piles, made their reads, and the linebackers are really doing well too. Colton Kirby's really made a good stop a couple times on the outside and done his job well.
Indeed, 41-yard line here, first down and 10 for the Buffaloes. Big tight end to the near side, split out by formation as they will send a man in motion. That's Jacobs, and turn handoff to Boone, and Boone's going to come the opposite direction from the motion man. He'll go across the 45 up to the 47-yard line, a 6-yard gain.
We're going to pull two backside linemen. Our tackle has to see that and has to flow with them.
6-yard gain on the play to bring a second down and 4. Second down and 4. Two wide receivers far side. Jacobs the fullback, Boone the tailback, and Scott will settle under center with a tight end far side. Toss sweep to Jacobs. Trojans trying to pin it inside it. Stopping for a minimal gain. Coming on the outside. Coming up, Carter Doherty coming from that inside spot, or the corner spot, Derby McReynolds, and it will be a gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a third down and 1.
Prairie View does a good job. Their linemen were all the way back on our free safety and corner. They do a nice job of getting upfield, does the Prairie View linemen.
A gain of 3, the Prairie Dogs. 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. That should be their mascot. 3rd down and 1. Turn, handoff up the middle. They've got the first down. Caden Lallman coming down from that outside linebacker spot. Inside linebacker split out. A gain of 5 on the play. It'll be a first down. Wes J. coming to help clean up the mess as well. And the Trojans need to continue to be physical, I think, with this team a little bit. As you're right, get stroked like that a couple of times, you're not going to want to keep running quite as hard. But it's a first down, and it will move the chains inside Trojan territory at the 45-yard line here. 1:40 to play in this first quarter. Trojans trail 7-0. Wide receiver split to the far side. Partita, one to the near side, is Bodeker. High formation, Jacobs. Tailback is Kohler. Hard count. Trojans jump but don't get off sides. No, they do. You have to come across the line of scrimmage, and I think oftentimes in high school they just see the movement and throw the flag, but I don't know if that's necessary in that situation. I think you got to jump across the line of scrimmage. It depends on where your hand's at on the ground. If indeed it is an offsides, I think if you don't cross the line of scrimmage, it's no foul.
But I think you have to get back too. You can't just jump off sides and then set there. You got to jump back, get back, reset.
Well, in high school, if you break that plane, it's encroachment. It doesn't matter if you get back or not in time. It's just a matter whether you break that plane. And apparently they say he did. It'll bring up a 1st down and 5 here at the 40-yard line. Turn, handoff, hitting right down, a hard tackle there. That time, Chandler Hubble comes flying through there. The trap has not worked very well for the Buffaloes so far.
Not well at all. Chandler Hubble's reading it great from the backside. Chandler's 3 yards back in their backfield making a tackle. Doing a great job. But up front, Chase Bryant's doing a good job taking his block on and getting behind it.
Under a minute to play now here in this first quarter. 7-0 your score. Wide receivers to both sides. Tied in near side is Walker. Scott will settle under center. Straight drop, looking to fly, lets it fly. He's got his man in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That time it was number 12, Bodeker. And it's an incomplete pass. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and long 5 here now for the Buffaloes.
Derby McReynolds was right there. Even if he did catch it, it wasn't going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, well played. And there was no play action on that one, so it was straight for the corners. There's no reason why they shouldn't be on their man here. But a 3rd down and 5 here for Prairie View. High formation. This time the fullback is Boone. The tailback is follow play action coming to the near side, rolling. It's guarded up. Caden Lallman. Now they'll flip it. It's incomplete. And that time, Caden made the right decision to give that pressure. It was still well guarded down the field. I don't think it would have been a 1st down anyways, but a nice play defensively. Now decision time for Prairie View.
Nice job by Lallman coming up, making that quarterback make a decision. Putting a little pressure on him, making him throw the ball.
31.6 seconds to play here in this opening quarter. Trojans trail 7-0. 26-yard touchdown pitch and catch from quarterback Justin Scott to Mason Walker, the tight end, on a 3rd and 2. Gave them their first score of the ball game. Scott will be under center on 4th and 5. Play action again. Straight drop, lets it fly. He wants to throw it out there. It's intercepted by Creed Curran. He stays in bounds. Down the sideline he goes. He's got a guys out in front of him. Across the 40, across the 30, and he's upended. Flipped upside down, all the way down to the 25-yard line. What a play by Creed Curran to stay in bounds on the interception. He read that one. The quarterback, Scott, had no business throwing that football, but he does. Creed had it from the get-go. The Trojans will flip the field. They've got the ball going the other way.
Nice job by Curran to see the ball, read it out of the quarterback's hands, pick it off, and keep in bounds.
What a way to end the first quarter of the Trojans. Get one here. 18 seconds to play in this quarter. Girard will have it at the Prairie View 27-yard line, 26-yard line. Here with 18 seconds to play. Send a man in motion. That's Harrison. Turn, handoff, the fullback. Humble, he's rumbling forward across the 20, up near the 24-yard line, and that's one good way to end the first quarter that was otherwise not that great for the Trojans on a 7-yard carry across the 20 up to the 19, and that's how the Trojans will start when we begin the second quarter. When we return, Girard Trojans trail by 7. You're watching it here on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the 4-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Trojans in business now inside the red zone here after a interception by Creed Curran. Returned it all the way down to the 26-yard line. And now they've got 2nd down and 4. Maybe take a shot here. They'll turn. Option near side, and that's well played. No gain on the play. As Norris keeps that ball, and they basically play everybody both ways. Those same numbers are out there, and those same dudes are making plays.
Otis Jacobs with the stop.
Nicely read by the inside linebackers for Prairie View. Norris just has to get that ball pitched. If they're going to come flying upfield, he's got to be there to pitch it. And we talked about it last week. The pitch relationship's got to be good.
Well, certainly 4-down territory, so you don't have to get it all right here on 3rd down and 4. Ball's at the 20-yard line. Slight loss maybe on that play. Evan Troicke into the ball game now offensively on the far side, near side Shirtano. By formation, turn, hand off deep back as Curran hits a wall. Now he bounces outside, trying to pick his way through. He'll be up close to a 1st down on 2nd effort there after contact. It's going to be close, but I think they're going to say 4th down. He's going to be just short. And so he needed 4. He got about 3.5 on the carry by Curran. Just to get anything out of that thing was good because he hit a wall. And again, the defense playing on the wrong side of the line of scrimmage.
Prairie View's in this 4-4 defense. I look for him a silent count, quarterback sneak. All he needs is a half-yard here.
4th down and 1. Got to get a 1st down. Trojans have not picked up a 1st down yet in this ball game. Norris, turn. Going to keep it. Try to get in behind the fullback, and I think he's going to have enough. It'll depend on the spot. Well, it's not a very favorable spot if it's the far side. Judge. And to the Trojans get it. We will see. They got to ask for the change regardless, and they're going to say it's a turnover on downs. Coach can ask for a measurement, I think, but I don't think he got a very good spot because Norris kind of sunk in there behind. And again, you're right. Just get under the center and go.
Yeah, silent snap, tap the center on the rear and drop right between his legs and run.
A squandered opportunity there for the Trojans. They will turn it over on downs here with 10:40 to play in this first half. After an interception by Curran, ends up going nowhere, and now Prairie View will have it at their own 17-yard line. Scott turn, handoff, second guy through Boone, picking his way through, making guys miss, and then finally tripping over one defender. Penalty flag sits out there. It's going to be a holding call, I believe, against Prairie View, as he was manned up over there. Was number 10, Gage Bloodgood, on Creed Curran, and maybe a little too much out there. It is.
Penalty marker, the holding on the play.
And so Trojans have Prairie View's back against the wall now. Here after that holding penalty. That time, just not great tackling up front, and Trojans were there where they needed to be.
Those bubbles that were there in the first two drives that the Trojan defensive line was making are not there now. We need to get back to that. I think the same guys are in there. So
10-24 and counting here in this first half. Trojans trail 7-0. Shotgun now for Scott as he's got guys spread all over the place. Jacobs only got in the back row. Pressure coming. Lets it fly. Throws up another duck. McReynolds, the guy there. He's going to have another interception. It should be an interception. They will give it to him. The Trojans turn him over again. An interception by Derby McReynolds. This time he was in great position again. The Trojan corners have each got a pick, and the Trojans again in great position here. You've got to take advantage of it.
I think you go big right off the bat.
Run in number 19 and tell him to run. Tell him to go towards the goal line. Trojans will have it at the Prairie View 30-yard line. Second straight drive. They've started inside, deep inside Prairie View territory. Last time, nothing. This time they'll get it here. Officials discussing something. As Prairie View's head football coach didn't like that call. Coach Kyle Littrell. Norris under center. He'll flip Harrison from left to right. Turn, handoff. Curran cuts back against the ring. Nice cut there. Across the 20, the 15, and ridden out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. What a run by Creed Curran. All the way down inside or right at the 15-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup on first down for Creed.
Nice blocking out there on the edge. Our tight end there, Harrison, got his man blocked, got him sealed off, and that sprung the nice run.
Yeah, they flipped him from left to right and basically turned him into an H-back on that play, and he got right there and picked up his block. Fullback is Humble, tailback is Curran, two wide receivers far side, outside in Shirtano to Troike. Rolling, Norris keeps it himself. He's got a big gain up near the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5. That looked really good coming off the ball as it was blocked in a nice lane there for Norris.
Just maybe one step behind. He's one step faster there. I think he's in the end zone.
Well, it's a gain of 5. It'll bring up a second down and 5. Trojans knocking on the door here at the just shy of the 10-yard line. Troike to the near side, Shirtano to the far side. Tied in is Harrison. Standing up there to the left side. Same backfield. Flip Harrison again. Turn, handoff. Same play we saw a moment ago for Curran. Makes a nice stiff arm. He sheds Jacobs, and then he is stroked and come backwards. Ball comes loose. His forward progress was stopped. And I'm telling you what, 55 is a flat player, Dale. Watch him, Riley Reinerson. I've said his name a few times, and he is feisty. Maybe a gain maybe a gain of 1 on the play. And it'll bring up a third down and a short 4. 9:01 to play first half. Trojans need to get a score here. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Shotgun here for Norris. Straight drop, lets it fly. He wants it underneath for Troike. He makes the catch. Still on his feet, trying to reach to the goal line. And he is going to be brought up down. They're going to say he's down. He fumbled as well. Gosh darn it, guys. There's rain coming in, but everybody needs to let them know that the skies are clear right now. There's no rain out there. But dropping the ball.
Can't stick him.
Yeah.
Or if still around or not.
I don't know if it's legal.
Oh, well.
It doesn't. I don't know if that really matters. So the Trojans on the hook up there of about 8 yards to Evan Troike. And with 8:33, the Trojans knocking on the down. Forced down and goal from the 2. Curran got to hit the hole, brother.
Man,
that was a slow developing play. And that one up, maybe you see those hits by Reinerson starting to take effect a little bit. I would say kind of tiptoeing into the hole on that one.
Yeah.
Got to hit it. And it's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play to bring up a second down and goal from the 3.
Prairie View's got a shade on the strong side and a backside 3. We've got to be able to just run it right up the middle on that.
Timeout going to be taken by Coach Philpott. A timeout on the field. 8:04 to play in this first half. Trojans trying to get one and tie this ball game up. We'll see if they can. When we return, you're watching it on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student-athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Second down and goal for the Girard Trojans. 8:04 to play here in this first half. They trail 7-0, but they are knocking on the door right now at the 3-yard line. Trojans have it after a Derby McReynolds interception. Trojans convert on a 3rd and medium to get it down here on a pass of 8 yards to Evan Troike, and now they need to finish this drive. Norris will be under center. Fullback is Humble. Turn, handoff. Curran trying to follow blockers into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Creed Curran behind the big-time blocks up front. Caden Harrison and Chandler Humble leading to the promised land of the Trojans. Get their first score of the ball game. They're 1 point away from tying this thing up.
Nice job by the tight end there. Once again, sealed it out, kicked out, put the foot in the ground, and get upfield.
So a 3-yard touchdown run. We'll see how the Boatman going to put his boot into this one, and that is going to be no good. That continues to be an issue for the Trojans. So that's how that drive will end. Just under 8 minutes to play in this first half. The Trojans are down by 1. You're watching on Girard Sports Live.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Trojans cap off a 6-play, 30-yard drive on a 3-yard touchdown run by Creed Curran.
In the second quarter.
6 plays, 30 yards, took 2:11 off the clock, and the Trojans answer back.
22 Columbus
and so it makes it 7-6. PAT was no good by Wade Boatman, and so now the Trojans will kick it away. 7:59 to play in this first half. Boatman, 7-yard approach, high end over end kick. Nice boot there. Just do that when you kick PATs. And it goes to the middle on the run by Bloodgood, trying to get out of the grasp of the Trojans across the 25 up near the 27-yard line. That's where Prairie View will start their drive. Prairie View has had the last 2 drives of theirs end with interceptions, one by Creed Curran. And then the last one that turned into a touchdown by Derby McReynolds on the second play of the first official play of that drive, because they started with a holding and then an interception by McReynolds gave the ball back to the Trojans. Now we'll see if they even decide to try to put this ball in the air. Ball at the 27-yard line. 7:53 to play here in this first half. Scott, trap, far side, trying to pick his way. Boone, bottled up, not much there, maybe a yard on the play. Wes Jahay coming up to lay the hit that time, and nice play by D. Weidman on that D end. He's played well.
D. Weidman's doing a great job spreading that out. Outside arm always open, make it turn inside. Right there was Wes Jahay to make the tackle.
1-yard pickup, bring up a second down. This is a big drive right here defensively. If the Trojans can stop them here, get the ball back, and try to get one more in here before halftime, that could go a long way. Jacobs the fullback, Boone the tailback, Scott under center. Turn, handoff, Boone, bottled up, not much there again. Jahay coming down, and then D. Weidman, those same 2 dudes coming in from the inside out, as well as Chase Bryan, I believe, coming down. Nope, that's Cole Davis, who's into the ball game at that defensive tackle spot, playing tight. And they're going to limit him to, ended up getting more than I thought he did. They give him a gain of about 4 to pick up a 3rd down and 5.
Well, pretty good spot there by the officials for Prairie View. I didn't think he got near that.
That will be coming your way.
3rd down and about 5 here for the Buffaloes. 2 to the near side. Tight end far side, high formation, Jacobs and Boone. Scott, fake the toss, play action coming to the near side, pressure coming, now picked up, now letting it fly it, and he'll wing it. He has thrown 2 straight interceptions the last 2 times it's left his hand. He's not going to do it again. Well played. That's a coverage sack, so to speak. It ends up not being a sack. An incomplete pass. Derby McReynolds all over his man deep.
Great job there. Defensive line also on this side. Carter Doherty spread it all the way out, and the inside linebacker made him come up and made him throw it. So
just their second punt, I believe, of this ball game. It is so far. They'll punt it away with 6:33 to play. Trojan defense stiffens. Now they're having a hard time getting, wind the clock. I mean, how much time you get to bring guys in and off the field? The ball's been set for 15 seconds. High snap. He'll put a boot into it. Well kicked. And it's going to hit and bounce directly sideways. Now take a nice Trojan roll inside the 40. Trojans have great field position. To start this drive, will they? At their own 41-yard line here with 6:23 to play. And they saw some things there running behind Caden Harrison, who's having himself a ball game so far. We've talked about some of these young guys. D. Weidman, Caden Harrison making the plays here in this district matchup.
Great to see the young ones get in there, and I've seen a couple other of them on punt return. So it's good to get the young ones in.
Troiki the wide out to the near side. Chitano to the far side. The fullback Humble, tailback Curran. Same matchup we've seen. Harrison on that left side will no doubt flip. Nope, he'll stay. Turn, handoff. They'll go opposite direction. Cut back from Creed Curran. Boy, puts his foot in the ground that time and gets upfield. A nice pickup, about 3.5 on the play by Creed. It'll bring up a second down and 7 for the Trojans.
Well, we seal the backside there. That's what ended up catching up with this number 55 for them, like you talked about earlier.
Don't forget that name.
Reinerson making the tackle from the backside. Boy, we seal the backside there, and we've got something going.
Second down and 7 here for the Trojans. 2 to the far side. Shotgun here for Norris. Just turn quickly over to Troiki. He'll put a foot in the ground. He'll put forward, and he'll have the first down. That's about as easy pitch and catch as you'll find there, as it's a gain of 8 on the play.
Well, it's our number 19 is better than their number 19 right now.
Matchup. We'll take that matchup in a lot of situations. Most likely, it's a first down. Trojans moving the chains inside Buffalo territory. 5:44 as he steps out of bounds and stops the clock. Chitano, Curran now split out to the far side. Near side, Troiki. The lone man in the backfield behind Norris is Humble. Turn, handoff to the big fella. He'll drop that shoulder. Well tackled. Man, that's a good, hard form tackle for Boone. And I would say, across the board, Hunter Boone's probably their best player. He's on the running back. He's a good player on the running back, and this time a linebacker spot coming up and getting low. That had to be a point of emphasis against big number 44.
Did a nice job coming up and standing our big running back up, but we got to make that block up front.
Second down and 10. No gain on the play to bring up that margin there. Shotgun again here for Norris from that pistol. Straight drop, lets it fly. Just keep doing it. Breaks out of one tackle, makes another guy miss up near the 35-yard line. It's a first down for the Trojans. And it's another gain, this time of 13 yards on the pass. And just a simple flip it out. I say line up the ball and do it again, and then hit him over the top.
Yep, the out and up.
21 yards of receiving already on this drive for Evan Troiki. Stops the clock. No, he stayed in bounds. Under 5 minutes now to play in this first half. Trojans, who trailed at the end of one, scored after an interception by Derby McReynolds, and now they're marching again. Ball at the 37-yard line. Turn, handoff, Creed. Bouncing off one, and Creed's got to see that hole out to the outside just a little bit quicker. Good block on the edge, but not going to be able to get out there. Maybe gets a good spot, a gain of 1 on the play, and it'll bring up second down and 9.
Stopping was number 22, Boone, and number 54.
A couple missed blocks there up front. We're just one step away, one block away from springing it big there.
You can hear Dave Woodke in the other room. Come on.
I think he saw what I saw there.
Yep. Second down and 9, 4:17 and counting in this first half. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Same setup. Norris mishandled it, pumping. There's that give and go. Now he's going to have to escape. He's got some green out in front of him. He'll duck it, trying to jump over one defender, and not going to happen on that one. Trying to leap over Mason Walker, and it's going to be a long run for not much gain. Maybe gets a yard on the play. Nope. You're going to say no gain on the play on the run by. That time they saw that pump and go and a penalty flag as well. That's at the point of the tackle. It has to be either on Norris or Walker. because those are the only two guys where that flag's sitting.
I tell you what, down here I was watching Troike, and he was literally mugged.
Yeah.
They tackled him to make sure he couldn't get the out and up, and looks like the Trojans are backing up for some reason.
Never start backing up. That makes the officials go, well, they're already moving. We might as well just make it against them, right? Is that how they make decisions? I never know how it works down there. 3:50 to play here in this opening half. Trojans trail at 7-6. Unsportsmanlike. It's against.
I'm going to be calling Norse for that.
On Girard.
After the play, I'm not exactly sure what the penalty is. Coach wants an explanation.
Wow.
That's a tough break against the Trojans, so that'll back them all the way up. And if it's a dead ball foul, that's after the play. It'll be third down.
Yeah.
It didn't say dead ball. It's going to be second down. So it was during the play.
Would he try to jump him? Is that what they're calling the unsportsman for?
I hope. I'm glad I don't know, because if I did know and that was it, I'd probably have that aneurysm that's due anyways. That's a big loss on that one.
Just got my CPR card the other day.
Well, thanks. Good. All the way back now inside their own territory. It's second down in a long, long ways. They've got to get all the way down to the 27-yard line. Norris trying to get it all right here. He'll throw it. That's behind the intended receiver. Double coverage down there for Creed Curran to bring up a third down in that country mile. It's about 25 is where they need to get. 24-yard line. It's about second down, third down and 24. Yep. That's what I see. I could be wrong. I didn't go that way. 3:30 to play. Trojans were on the march a little bit, had some big plays. Now they're going to need one. They don't have to get it all here. If they get half of it, they may go for it on fourth down. We will see. One man in the backfield's humble. He'll stand to block. Norris looking, pump fake again. This time he will let it fly. He wants Troike. He's behind coverage, just incomplete. And that's a tough one there. As Norris just flinging it up there. And you got to give him a chance. Keep it in bounds. He needs to go a little bit flatter on that one. It was a good play, and Norris was behind coverage. Or Troike was behind coverage, but brings up a fourth down.
I think wisely, Trojan's going to punt it here.
Yep. Fourth down, and again, about 24, and it'll bring up a punting situation here for Caden Lallman at his own 35-yard line.
Lallman in the punt.
Kohler back to return it. He'll put that right leg into it, and it's going to be fielded at the 20. Kohler to the far side. He ducks under one would-be tackle, and about a 9-yard return on that play. That's where Prairie View will start at their own about 30-yard line with 3:12 to play. Trojans take 3:10 off the clock there, but can't get it into the end zone. And Trojans now need to stop what I thought would be really good for them was to get one before halftime. Now they just need to make a stop here and get the ball back.
It's kind of back and forth, and there's no real momentum on either side right now. It's just a kind of a dogfight right now, and just got to see who's going to come out on top on this one.
Well, you don't want to get into a dogfight with a prairie dog, Dale. I know how those end. First down and 10 here from the 29-yard line. Near side, just a quarterback keeper there. Scott, nothing doing. Wes Jehe says, yeah, go ahead and try to run that play all day. I will rack up some stats in a hurry. Wes Jehe, the number 2 tackler on this team, and he gets one there.
And that was set up by D. Weidman, stretching that out. Stretching it out. D tried to go underneath. Wait, Jehe's right there. Pick up the slack.
2:49 and counting here. Trojans still have 2 timeouts. Prairie View has 2 timeouts. Trojans may, if you get a stop here and force a third and long, you think about taking one to give yourself some time. 2 wide receivers far side. Outside in is Bloodgood. And then the big fella, Isaac Partita. They'll throw it to show like they're going to throw it that way. Scott trying to stretch it out. He cut back against her. Caden Lallman tracking him down. Wes J out there as well. And a gain of 5 on the run. On the quarterback keeper.
Stopped by Lallman and Jehe.
And it will bring up a third down and 5 here for the Buffaloes. 2:08 to play in this first half. Trojans trail by 1 in a crucial district matchup. 1 receiver to the far side. High formation. Jacobs the fullback, Boone the tailback. Scott fakes that toss sweep. Dixon getting held outside, and he's going to be upended. He'll be short. Should be where that spot is. It'll be fourth down. We've had more guys in the air flipping in this first half than we have all season.
And there's a penalty marker on the field.
I hope they called that hold that I saw.
The last thing I ever wanted to do was go up in the air.
Well, if he jumped over him, maybe that's the flag. If that is the flag, then we know what the penalty was against Norris.
You can wave it off.
That flag.
It was a different kind of leaping, apparently. He went off the ground with 2 feet.
2 feet, yeah.
You got to stick the landing. If you stick the landing, they wipe it away.
That'll
bring up a punting situation. Trojans are going to get the ball back with just over 90 seconds, under 90 seconds. Again, I think you take a timeout there maybe. I don't think he wants to do it now. It'll be a punting situation here for Bodeker. He'll put a boot into it. High kick, going to be fair caught. And Evan Troike might want to think about catching that one. He faked like he was going to catch it, and then he ran. It takes a nice Buffalo roll all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Just outside the 15-yard line.
That's where the Trojans will have a long way to go here with a minute 7 and 2 timeouts. This is probably the worst field position of the day so far for them. Trojans have had very good field position during this first half. They've had an interception. Nice return by Creed Kern. They weren't able to get points on it. The second interception was by Derby McReynolds. They did. We'll talk more about how we got to where we are on the GN Bank halftime show coming up in just a little bit. With 1:07 to play, Trojans will start at the 16-yard line. Norris rolling, flips it out behind the intended receiver, Chandler Humble. That was a little bit of green out in front of him, but it falls incomplete, stops the clock, brings up a second down and 10 here with 1:03.
Prairie View's doing a good job of spying the backs out of the backfield. There's a little bit of green there, but Prairie View's doing a pretty good job of covering that.
Second down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Shirtano to the far side, Curran and Troike to the near side. Humble in the backfield with Norris. He'll running back out there. Now lets it fly. He wants Curran. It's underthrown and nearly intercepted.
Nice defensive play in there by number 89.
The big fella, Partita, comes across there.
You to stay seated.
Knocks it
at
loose.
Halftime, we have a special presentation for you. And then we'll have your
all kinds of fun stuff at halftime. They'll recognize some of the 8 classes. 88, 98, 2008. Where they go on 1908. They go all the way back that far. Were you in 1908 class, Mom? No, you're before that. It's easy to fling stuff at somebody who doesn't have a microphone to protect themselves. 3rd down and 10. Trojans are going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here as the Trojans are looking at a 3rd down and 10. Now the decision is you don't want to give the ball back to them too much time. Here, 7-6 Trojans in this first half. You're right. I can't really figure out where this thing is right now.
No, momentum either way. The Trojans have done a good job on defense. You know, the passes have just been a little bit behind or a little bit short. You know, we've seen Curran twice targeted, and let's see, Shirtano once, it looks like, has been targeted. But those balls have either been a little bit high or a little bit behind them. Chandler Humble out of the backfield has been targeted twice too, and you know, he's just a big old lineman that's in the backfield that has a lot of speed. But you get that ball to him and he pulls it in. That might be the big play of the game.
Well, we'll see. Again, homecoming tonight. They had all those festivities. Congratulations to Marcy Heatherly. Yep. Marcy Heatherly here, our homecoming queen here for 2018. Homecoming activities, fall festival stuff tomorrow on the square. Hopefully the weather changes from what it is right now forecast. Gorillas at home next tomorrow as well against Northwest Missouri State. And hope the weather changes there as well. Norris, shotgun snap, going to run it to the near side, looking. Now he'll kick it to Humble, who makes one guy miss and then barrels forward. Trojans were just trying to get a first down there, I think, and keep this clock moving. And now Prairie View will take a timeout. Timeout will be taken by the Buffaloes. We'll go ahead and take a quick one here. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan football on your home for Trojan Athletics.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
49 seconds to play here in this opening half of football. We've got a dandy so far here tonight on homecoming. Trojans trail by a kick by a PAT. Now looking at 4th down and 3. They're going to be punting it away, most likely. They may go for it here. Well, Prairie View does have one timeout left as well, so they'll have a chance if Trojans can't pick up the first down. We'll see. I bet you hard count it is what I do about 4 times here. Make them stay. There's the hard count. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. And Prairie View holds it. Now coach will call another timeout. Now they'll run on to punt it. Not a bad idea, but I think Prairie View talked that whole entire break about don't do jump off sides. And it's a tough thing to do. You're all fired up. You want to get in there and make a play, but wisely they do not. Trojans right now at 3-2 on the season, 1-1 in district play. A win here makes Burlington, Prairie View, and Girard all 2-1. And those 3 teams, then it would come down. If they all went out, you'd have 3 teams at 4-1, and you start getting into all kinds of stuff at head-to-head, which that wouldn't matter. Then you go into point differential, and then you start thinking about you need to score some points throughout the rest of this district. Of course, you got a lot of games you have to play, but Trojans got to take care of business in the second half. Get one away here. 49 seconds to play. They'll punt it away. Lolleman inside his own 10. He'll put a boot into it. Low kick. That's a good job there on this one. Get that thing rolling. Take some time off the clock. Let that ball sit there, Evan.
Yeah.
It'll take more time off the clock at the 45-yard line. And that's what Coach Hudson's telling him right now. Say, let that ball run a little bit. Not his fault. It's not like he's been playing football for much time. It's first time in a long time, and he has been a big-time factor for the Trojans so far this season.
First time playing ball in, 6 years?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. 39 seconds left to play here. Prairie View will have a couple shots at it as they'll have it at the 41-yard line.
Nothing behind you.
Don't want to give up a big one here and give away any momentum you may have. Here's Scott. Pressure coming. He'll flee flush. He's got some green out in front of him. Now he'll let it fly. He's got a guy back. Creed Curran comes running up on that play, and that is knocked out of bounds, and there's the big play we were just talking about. All the way down inside the 20-yard line to Partita. Isaac Partita. Oh, a penalty flag. He's going to bail the Trojans out maybe. As that is a 37-yard pitch and catch. And then an ineligible man downfield. I'm going to give Creed the benefit of the doubt and say he saw that, and that's why he came up to defend against the run. But Creed's got to stay back on that guy. Do not let that dude get behind you. I don't care if that quarterback's going to run forever. He can't run further than he's going to throw it to that guy because you've got help up front. And so that's just being disciplined up front. He'll get a break here. Will the Trojans also. That was going to be knocking on the door inside the 20-yard line, a 30-yard pitch and catch. And instead, it's going to be backed up. And one of those big uglies maybe got too far downfield. It may have been setting up for a screen, actually, because the Trojans got through that defense. I didn't see if it was or not, but Dale, it might have been a screen, and if that's the case, those guys don't get blamed for that. That's their job. Get down the field. That's Scott's job to know he can't throw it down the field. 28 seconds to play. And now a 1st and 15. Scott, straight drop. Now he's flushed. Still pressured. He'll throw it out there. There's nobody out here. That is nobody. That's got to be. Yeah. Intentional grounding. He just throws it to nobody, and he can do that if he gets out of the box and throws it out of bounds. But he was right between the tackles, had not gone left or right at all. So loss it down as well. So to bring up a 2nd down and 15, and actually they'll mark off more. So that's going to be 2nd down in a long, long way. It'll be 2nd down and 30.
19 seconds left. We do not give up anything big. I put my corner and free safety 30 yards back.
Well, he's close. 20 yards for Evan Troike off the ball. And they're just going to take a knee. Yep, they don't want to make a mistake here, and they will just take a knee on that play. And that's how we'll end the first half. Dale's got to go take care of his business as a school board president. They're going to have dedication of the turf here at Frank James Field. This is fantastic. So they'll recognize some of the sponsors and recognize all the people who came together to make that happen. And they're recognizing some classes as well here at halftime on homecoming night. We've got a dandy here in this with the Trojans trail by 1, 7-6 here to the Prairie View Buffaloes. We'll talk about it next on the GN Bank halftime show. GN Bank has been serving the area for a long, long time. Different name, but sale the same. High-quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs. Turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. We'll talk about it next on the GN Bank halftime show on Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student-athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Steve Jameson for your son and his wife Regina. And we have his
Welcome back here on the GN Bank halftime show. Bill didn't want to be on camera, so he messed up the camera so you can't see him, but there he is down there on the field. As a school board president, I don't know if I see him on there. Yeah, there he is. The Trojans have Blaze Bauer down there talking to everybody about what's going on here tonight as they do dedicate this field, and I continue to just hear people talk about it all across the area. And the Trojans just very fortunate to have this here, and I hope that they appreciate it. I know they do, and look forward to many, many years here broadcasting these games here on this new field. The Trojans here do lead it, or trail rather, at the halftime break by that score of 7-6, and we are on the GN Bank halftime show as the Trojans have that score there of 7-6. And let's take a look at your Kennar Eye Care Eye on the Game, brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community, Kennar Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kennar Eye Care is the clear choice. Kennar Eye Care, 620-235-1737. And Trojans won the toss, elected to defer. They'll get the ball coming out of the locker room. Prairie View started their own 28-yard line as they ended up turning it over on downs. They went for it on a 4th and 2. They had a 3rd and 2, and then they had a 4th and 1, and they didn't get it and end up turning it over on downs. Trojans would get it back. 4 plays later, they turn it over on downs. Back to Prairie View as they put together a decent drive, but a holding penalty stalls it out with 6:23 to play in the first quarter on a punt. Back to the Trojans, and they get it back at the 31-yard line. One play, a fumble on an exchange between quarterback Ty Norris. And we were kind of out of the quarterback and running back exchange between Norris and Humble, and we were kind of out of the gates a little clunky. And then things started to pick up a little bit. Prairie View would start at the Girard 33-yard line on that fumble. They would have very good field position with 6:02 to play in the first half. Excuse me, in the first quarter. And then the Prairie View would go 3 plays. They would, on a 3rd down and about 4, have a 26-yard pitch and catch from quarterback Justin Scott to tight end Mason Walker. And they would score with 4:40 to play in the first quarter. The point after attempt would be good. It was on a 3rd and 2 rather, and it would be 7-0. Trojans would get it back at their own 30. They would go 3 and out, punt it away with 3:11 to play. Prairie View would get it back. They would go 6 plays rather, but then on the 7th play, an interception, a beauty by Creed Kern with 18 seconds to play in the first quarter. Girard would get it back at the Prairie View 26-yard line. Unfortunately, they would go 4 plays and turn it over on downs with 10:40 to play. In this first half, the Trojans would turn it over on downs, give it back to Prairie View. What happens? But 1 play later, a holding penalty started that drive, and so technically 1 play later, interception by Jeremy McReynolds with 10:10 to play. This time the Trojans would make it pay off, as the Trojans would have it at the Prairie View 30-yard line with 10:10 to play, and they would go 6 plays, 30 yards, capped off at a 3-yard touchdown run by Creed Curran. With 7:59 to play in the first half, it was 7-6, and then it was punt, and end of first half. That's how we ended this thing, kind of like we began it. And here at the halftime break, the Trojans do trail it by 1 point. We'll talk more, get your halftime stats, get you some halftime scoreboard update as well. All that more still to come here on the GM Bank Halftime Show on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Best group I've ever worked with as far as outside construction people coming in. They're very common.
A yellow flag on your team is bad, but a yellow tag on your favorite new flooring or furniture, now that's awesome. Get to Derail Commodity for huge savings during their yellow tag inventory clearance sale. Renew the look of your home with steep discounts on all in-stock carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile flooring. Even in-stock furniture is on sale. Kick off your fall with new flooring and furniture during the yellow tag inventory clearance sale at Derail Commodity, with locations in Joplin, Butler, and Fayette, Missouri, as well as Independence and Brazelton, Kansas.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Next is
back here on the GN Bank Halftime Show, the Girard Trojans trailing it here at the break by the score of 7-6. The Trojans scored in that second quarter to make things a little more interesting. Hopefully they'll get the ball. They'll have it to start the second half, as we hope they can jump back into this ball game and start to get things going a little bit offensively. I was going through the stats. I'll have those when we come out of our next break, but things are not a lot going on for either team, quite frankly, offensively in this ball game. Time to take a look at our halftime scoreboard update. Halftime scoreboard update is brought to you by the Market 120. Trojans look pretty good tonight, but you'll look great, too, when you walk out of the Market 120, where you never have a bad hair day, a full-service salon. To schedule your appointment, call 316-650-6680 for the Market 120. And Ashley Nigaman and Ben recovering from surgery this week. Ben is Coach Nigaman. Wish him the best as he recovers from that. The Trojans here at the break, 7-6. The most important score update on our scoreboard update. Other matchups to look at across the area. Mill Valley 21-6 over Pittsburgh. That's one I said in the beginning was going to be a hard one for Coach Nicholson and the crew. Frontenac maybe starting to turn the corner. They're a second half team. That last year at week 4 they were bad. They weren't great. They weren't very good at all. They ended up playing for a state championship. They lost, but still got to that state championship. And so they're starting to turn things. They're 14-0 over Caney. Iola 21-0 over Burlington. Well, try to put your mind around that one for a second. 21 That's got to be a mistake. It's on Scores in Kansas, though it can't be. Iola 21-0 over Burlington in the second quarter. And that one, to tell you how big Northstat was when Girard played Burlington, he had 38 carries in the game. Now he's injured. No wonder. He had 38 carries in the Trojans game. And so Iola taking care of business. That's a surprising one. St. Paul 26-0 over Marmington Valley. Other matchups to look at. Lebec County 20-20, all knotted up against Wellington in their matchup. Pleasanton 5-0 on the season. They lead at 12-6 over Uniontown in the second quarter in that matchup. Other scores we'll find here as we roll right on through. No real hyper-local scores. Parsons, boy, they're the real deal, I think. They're going to probably move to 5-1 as they lead at 22-0 over Columbus in the second quarter of that matchup. The last update we had on that one. Jayhawk Lynn 8-0 over Northeast Arma.
Bailey Larrett, captain.
Those are look at some of your halftime scores brought to you by the Market 120. We'll step away, take another quick break. We come back. We will have your halftime stats, all that and more, here on the GM Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you. And I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Love this song. If you've never seen The Greatest Showman, that's a movie worth watching. I know it's a musical. I know we're tough football guys, but by golly, here's a dance team. trail at 7-6. BJ Harris with you alongside me. Dale Shireman, Susan Harris here running graphics. Studio producer would be the title you'd want, I think, if you were trying to figure out how to get paid on this deal, which she has not figured out how to get paid quite yet. But the Trojans do trail it by 1, 7-6 here at the halftime break. Time to take a look at your halftime stats. Halftime stats are brought to you by Evans Motors. Let Eddie or Nate get the number that is right for your budget when you buy your next car, truck, van, or SUV. Getting people on the road since 1935, Evans Motors has been a trusted choice for generations. Stop by the lots just south of Pittsburgh or shop their online showroom at evansmotors.net. Not a lot of offensive statistics to bring your way. Neither team lighting things on fire in this ball game. For the Trojans, Creed Curran, 9 carries, 26 yards in that first half. Chandler Humble, only 3 carries for 13 yards. Probably need to get the big fella, even if it's not totally successful, get him the ball a few times.
I think so. I think where we need to really specialize is the quick hitters.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
we can't hold the block very long, but we can open it up. We're seeing the holes open up, but we're taking too long to get there. Some quick hitters. I think that'd get Chandler up and open.
Other scores here. Stats rather. Ty Norris, 5 carries for 10 yards. Now he gets a lot of credit on any sacks or anything. I don't think he took a sack, actually, in that first half. 3 of 9 passing in that first half for 29 yards for Ty. No interceptions. And all 29 of those yards on passes completed to Evan Troike, who had 3 catches for 29 yards for the Trojans. For Prairie View, their main guy carrying the ball, Hunter Boone, he had 9 carries for 26 yards. Gavin Kohler had 2 carries for nothing. Quarterback Justin Scott had 9 yards on 3 carries. He was also 0 for 5 passing with 2 interceptions. That's not great. 4 yards rushing just on the 1 carry for Partita. And then Otis Jacobs had 2 carries for 7 yards, 1 catch. I guess he did have 1. He must be 1 of 5. I gave him. I apologize. 1 of 5 because he did have the touchdown pass. Hey, BJ, don't forget about that one.
Yeah, don't forget that one.
Touchdown pass to number 33 on that one, Mason Walker. And so Walker had 1 catch for 26 yards. It was a 27 yards. So I guess the 1 pass he did complete was a good one as the Trojans, again, trail it here at halftime by the score of 7-6. You missed it, Dale. I was giving halftime scoreboard update brought to you by the Market 120, and Iola is taking care of business over Burlington. That is a odd one.
That is an odd one. Good for Iola, though. Good for them end of the year, and hey, we got to go to their house to play them, I believe.
Yeah, next week, so not good for them. Heck with them. They don't need to be getting on a roll. We've already played Burlington. We let them do all they need to do.
Yep.
We do not need Iola thinking they're world beaters, although they would probably throw things into chaos, and Trojans need to take care of here. And if they take care of business here, they'll take their own destiny into their hands as we look at it. Again, we do not know who Week 9's opponent is. It'll be determined after this Week 8, and after everybody's played each other, then you'll know 1, 2, 3, and 4 of each district. District 2 is which we're at. District 1's down south. The number 1 team will be Galena. Number 2 might be Frontenac, might be Parsons. Those guys are sorting it out. Might be Caney Valley. They're trying to do their own fun down there. But number 1 plays 4, number 2 plays 3, and then number 5 plays 5, number 6 plays 6. 5 and 6 do not have any chances to make it to the playoffs, but 1 through 4, they win. They go on to the next round of the competition and into the playoffs, so to speak. And so it's all different than what it's been before. Trojans are 3A as well. The worst classification in the state of Kansas you want to be a part of is 3A because it is flat loaded. 3A had 3 out of 4. It was 4 or 5 teams that played for state titles last year in their respective classes because a 2A team moved up, a 4A team moved down, and then the 3A teams who played last year were in it. So it is loaded in 3A, but obviously that is doesn't matter. You got to take care of business here tonight against the Prairie View Buffaloes. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back and see if we get things going here in the second half of this one. It's homecoming tonight. The Trojans trail by 1. You're watching it on Girard Sports Live.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard High School Marching Band. Let's take a listen. Catching the tail end of that one, the Trojans. We are here
GHS Color Guard and Band.
at the halftime break. The Trojans.
GHS Marching Band.
Trojans trail it by 1 here to the Prairie View Buffaloes. And the Trojans need to get going here in the second half. You were down there on the field, Dale, talking about this new turf, and obviously we talked a little bit about Had Blaze up here after that first game, or halftime of that first game, but recognizing all those sponsors, and he just kept listing people, and it's pretty interesting how it took so many people to get this done, but a true community effort.
That was great to have the community behind us, and we've got all the sponsors' names out there that'll be there permanently on Frank Jameson Field. I thought it was a nice touch to bring Frank Jameson's family out on the field and recognize the son, which I think he said it was his 35th year, alumni year for him, and it's great to see his daughter out there too. She is employed by the school, so it's great to have the community behind us.
Did you have Frank Jameson? Was he around when you were in school?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, talk about Frank Jameson a little bit. Tell us, get that microphone up there and tell us about it. Bring in Susan Harris. The greatest thing she created was sitting next to her, but talk about what it's like to have that guy. He was a PE teacher, football coach. Is that what he did?
When I was there,
Take your tickets out. If you had a chance on the 50-50 puck, you may be
he was the principal when I was there, and he pretty much kept everyone in line so that me, as about a 4'10" kid, I was not going to break any rules whatsoever. Mr. Jameson was an ex-Navy SEAL, and he put the fear of God in everybody.
Well, it's been this name of this. I don't know when they put the name on here. It's been a while ago, and then they name it after that guy, and that's the kind of guy, a football coach. And
290 if you
tough
have that ticket.
Tough guy.
You're 162.
Well, but then if you knew him on a personal level, he had a heart of gold, and he was just as sweet as bee. I used to go to the swimming pool, and Frank ran the swimming pool at the time, and I mean, you didn't break the rules at the swimming pool either, but he was just a really nice guy.
Yeah, that's the way football coaches are supposed to be. Talking about Frank Jameson, that's the namesake in here. They'll keep the name and all that stuff. That's something you start to get into. You start taking donations for things, and I'm glad the Trojans decide to go that route with it and keep the tradition here, but a new field, and it's just so great to have this nice field here to play things on. We have rain coming into the forecast. Doesn't matter, Dale. If it rains, it could rain all day, and you play tomorrow.
That's right. I was here when they put the drainage system in here. It starts on the east side of the field and runs down the north side of the football field and empties out on the west side and starts out about 16 inches and it ends up about 8 feet down.
Wow.
So you can imagine what an 8-inch tube of water coming out, and this field will take 16 inches an hour. It will drain that in an hour. And so we haven't had that kind of rain yet, and I hope we don't.
Good night if we do. There's bigger problems
because
than this
we might be on the field just so it's dry. But it's great to see the field out there. I think the Trojan head looks great. We have the flag football here on Saturdays, so they get to play on the field. It's great to see a bunch of first, second graders running around and flopping on the field. Boy, they have a great time out here.
If it's 16 inches of rain, I'm not coming to the field. I'm going to the co-op over there. I'm going to start climbing ladders because who knows what kind of biblical thing we're in for in that situation. We were at halftime here. This one, the Girard Trojans are in a dogfight so far here against the Prairie View Buffaloes at the break. The Trojans will go to Iola next week. We'll take on the Mustangs. Again, the last update we had, I think, was 21-0. Iola on top of Burlington, so they may be feeling pretty good about themselves coming into that ball game. Will Iola, as the Trojans will have to travel up there. It'll be the last road game of the regular season. The season's just gone by so quick. This week 6. We are in our next to last regular season game, I guess, so to speak, next week, and then we will play and wrap up things back here at home 2 weeks from tonight against Osawatomie. It'll be the Trojans versus the Trojans when they come in here. Osawatomie right now 1-4, 1-1 in district competition. They are hosting Anderson County tonight. Iola 1-4, 1-1 in district play, but again, taking on Burlington at 3-2 and taking care of business. Burlington a little bit banged up in their matchup. We'll step away, take one more break. We'll come back and get you ready to go here in second half action at 7-6. Trojans trail it by 1. You're watching the GN Bank Halftime Show.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Back here at halftime. Starting to get things cranked back up here. Extended halftime. And you can tell because we talked about this field forever. We talked about next week's schedule. I brought my mother on here, and we talked about Frank Jameson. So that's how to stretch a halftime out a little bit. But the Trojans right now trail it by 1. That special teams is pretty big. You got to be able to get that 1 point. A couple more scores to update you. Uniontown tags one more, or excuse me, Pleasanton tags one more on as they continue to be up on Uniontown 20-0. Parsons still up at halftime, 22-0 over Columbus. Deodosha 16-15 over Eureka. Eureka playing all of their games on the road this year, as this is what sports will do for you. Last week, Eureka was playing they were supposed to have a home game. It was supposed to be their homecoming, and they were going to be playing at Douglas for their own homecoming. And what Douglas did is let their band come over and travel. Douglas let them wear their home uniforms instead, and they did their whole coronation and everything there at another school's site, which is just really classy for them to do. Again, Eureka, aptly named the Tornadoes. Back-to-back years, basically, they've had tornadic damage there, and that time it took care of their football field a little bit, and so they are on the road. Fort Scott 8, Chanute 3. That's a big-time matchup in the SEK. That's at halftime in that one. The winner of that one is going to be in the driver's seat for an SEK title. And then last update we had, Pittsburgh was trailing against Mill Valley in their matchup. And Pittsburgh High getting all they can handle. Pittsburgh High undefeated. 21-6 is the last update we had of that in the second quarter. Second half kickoff, just like the first, brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by there to pick up your very own ceramic piece or sign up for classes. Holidays quickly approaching. It's a unique gift piece for you if you stop there at Larrett Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. Again, Trojans won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, so they'll get the ball here, and probably pretty crucial, I think, to have a good opening drive here as we get things started in the second half of this one. Kicked away, driving back. Troy Keel fielded at the 9-yard line. Far side return. Trying to pick his way. He's got some blockers out in front of him. Now he sets his feet. Here he comes. He's got some speed across the 40, and he's going to be tracked down from behind. Good effort there by Jacobs. Otis Jacobs to come back and catch him before he goes completely off. But, Dale, you look at that first half, I don't think either team necessarily felt great probably where they were offensively. Defensively played pretty well. The Trojans got a good field position. This is an important drive.
We have to take advantage of it right now. No question. We need to make a long drive here and kill some time.
This will be at the 48-yard line. Trojans just inside their own territory as they will start this drive. First down and 10. Turn, handoff, deep back. Curran, one cut across midfield, just gets caught and brought down. This time tackled by number 54, Sam Chambers. And that undersized defensive line had a couple of spots, and then they got some big dudes. We talked a lot about Riley Reinerson and Wyatt Cox Halliburton. It's going to end up being a gain of about 3 on the play for Creed Curran, and it will be a second down and 7. Wide receiver far side, Shirtano, near side, Troike. Norris will settle up under center with that I formation. He'll turn a little bit of a busted play maybe. He's going to make something out of it. Will Norris, as he'll fall forward up and get a gain of about 3 yards. He turned like he was going to hand off. It may have been intentional. I don't know. The blocker came this way with Humble, and so he was able to get behind Humble, a gain of 3. And it will bring up a third down and a long 3 here for the Trojans.
Prairie View's reading something that we're doing. They're reading. The backside linebacker was just on a stunt all the way back around to where the ball was going. So they're reading something on our offense that they know what play's coming.
Officially a third down and 4. Tied in near side Harrison. High formation, the deep back Current. Turn, hand off to Creed. Trying to follow his blockers. Gets going forward, not able to get much there as he maybe gets a yard on the play. A host led by Cox Halliburton. And it will be a fourth down and about 3 now for the Trojans. A decision time here for Coach Philpott at the 45-yard line. An important drive, but you got to play field position at this point. You got to like the way your defense is played. A couple turnovers and get him and flip the field a little bit.
Trojan defensive line has done really well tonight. Both of our ends, Doherty and Weidman, have done a great job tonight.
Fourth down and about 3. Just under 10 minutes to play now here in this third quarter. Opening drive getting into a punt for the Trojans. Lawleman, he'll put a boot into one, and that's not going to be a great one, as that one's going to take a punt. That one's just bad. A 9-yard punt is what's going to be the net on that one, maybe 8 yards. Now you think, darn it, we should have gone for it, because the flip in the field does not happen. An 8-yard punt and a rare real miss by Caden Lawleman. Caden's athletic enough. I'd like to see them maybe take a shot one time with him faking it, because he's a guy that could make a team pay. That was not the time maybe to do it, but it ends up being a punt, and it's going to go back to Prairie View with 9:43 to play, as they'll have excellent field position at their own 37. Scott will settle up under center. Movement initially, and hard hitter that time for Boone, as he'll carry a pile forward for a gain of about 5. You're going to bring up a second down and 5. And a good push up front.
Yeah, they had a real good push up front. Our D tackles have to make a pile. They were making a bubble the first quarter, and since then, just kind of slacking off just a bit.
Joseph Dixon in on the stop.
Prairie View will move it. A gain of 5, as I mentioned, for Boone. Bring up second down and 5 here. Across the 40 up to the 42. Scott, turn, handoff, fullback this time is Boone. That time Trojans have it bottled up. He maybe will fall forward for a gain of 1. Caden Lawman helped out. Good push up front as well for Carter Doherty, Joseph Dixon. Those guys taking care of something on that play side.
Simple trap right there. Turns, hands it up underneath, and pulling guard on the backside. Trojans bottled it up well.
1 yard gain on the play to bring up a third down and 4 here. 8:45 and counting, third quarter. Trojans trail by 1. 2 wide receivers far side. Scott will settle under center. Toss sweep far side. This is Kohler, and he's going to get a first down. It's more inside Trojan territory, as that will be about a 10-yard gain on third down and 4. And Kohler will get a big yard gainage of 10 yards inside Trojan territory up to the 47-yard line. They just stood and body, toss it out there and go.
We missed the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and that one missed tackle is what sprung him.
First down and 10 from the 47-yard line inside Trojan territory. That's what that Trojan defense has here. Toss sweep, same thing this side. Caller, this time going to be played well. Trojans get up underneath it. Creed Curran coming in there, and nice job turning it outside by Caden Lolleman. Wes Jay as well. It's going to gain it 1 yard, and it will be a second down and 9.
Great job there by Lolleman coming upfield, making him turn it inside. They are sealing D. Wyman on that one, but right there was Wes J. and the backside linebacker.
Chase Bryant comes out. Deontay Short comes in at that defensive tackle spot on that far side, and to bring up a second down and 9. Partita, along with Bloodgood, split out to the far side. Near side, tight end is Walker. The fullback now is Boone. He'll get it. Nope. Quarterback going to keep it. Who has the ball?
22 Boone.
Whoever's still running is Boone.
Boone.
That's something you got to finish. And I think that's the problem why he was able to get so much extra yardage. Because I don't know if anybody knew who had the football, because Scott got up inside there and rolled right along with him. Now, here's the thing. They don't know this and they don't call it. Trojans had it happen to them quite a bit a few years back. But once you get past the line of scrimmage, you can't hand the ball off in front of you. And I think that may have been a factor there, because they held on to it. Scott did for a while, then got beyond the line of scrimmage and handed off to Boone, and he ends up getting about 8 yards in the play. And to bring up a third down and manageable, third down and about 2. Turn, handoff, Culler, and he'll squirt forward for a gain of about 5 yards. And this is a long drive already started here. Over 3 minutes off the clock as we approach it. 6:50 to play in this third quarter. 7-6 your score. Trojans trailing by 1, and the Buffaloes on the drive.
That's the same play that Humboldt made in the first half for a loss every time. He missed the tackle in the backfield that time. We just got to shore up those tackles just a little bit.
1 wide receiver, 2 wide receivers rather to the far side. Toss sweep, far side, Kohler. This time turned up inside. Caden Lolleman setting the edge beautifully. He comes flying up there and turns it back inside. And it's going to be a gain of about 1 on the play. They may give him a more favorable spot. Goodness, they do.
Wow.
Of about 2 on the run by Kohler.
Like Derby McReynolds.
And it'll be a second down and 8 here for the Buffaloes.
Prairie Dogs.
Buffaloes are strong animals. Big, fierce. They use a skull of a buffalo as their logo. That fascinates me. High formation. Send Partita in motion. Turn, handoff, quarterback keeper. Scott going to flip it outside. Trojans play the option to perfection that time. Help was there. They come flying up there, and they know it. Derby McReynolds, West Jay after the play gets stretched out beautifully.
Great job there. Everyone has an assignment. Linebacker took the quarterback. Outside linebacker took the pitchman, and free safety was there to clean it up.
Keychain goes to Brianna Clugston.
This is the 9th play of this drive, third down and 6 here for Prairie View. Split out to the left side, 2 of them. Scott will get up under center. Turn, handoff, nope, play action. It's covered up. Trojans trying to track him down. Scott trying to get to the edge, and he'll be hit out of bounds with a market. I think he's got enough for a first down. On third down and 6, the scramble gets the first down.
Yeah, just lost containment there of him, and Trojan defense was doing a good job downfield. No one was open. Just got to keep containment.
Yeah, they didn't bite on the play action, able to stay home on the back end, and then it breaks loose. And sometimes when all your cover guys are down the field, there's nobody out there to help protect on the edge, and it'll be a 1st and 10 inside the 25-yard line to the 24 here with 5:10 to play in the third quarter. Prairie View taking some time off the clock here. Shotgun now for Scott. He'll fake the handoff, keep it himself, scored up in front across the 20, up to about the 19, maybe 18-yard line. It's a nice gain of about 5 yards on 1st down and 10 for the quarterback, Scott.
We've seen that other teams have done that to us. It's kind of a delayed draw play, and the linebackers are bailing out. We have to stay home.
2nd down and 5 now. Trojan defense getting tested here. Bend but don't break. That's the adage now at this point. Once the ball gets inside that red zone. 2nd down and 5. Scott, toss to Collar. Collar bounces. He's got the first down. Gain of 5 and more as he will drag a defender up near the 10-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 8 yards on 2nd down and 5. And it will be a first down. and move the chains once again. This has been Culler's drive. He did not have much at halftime. He had 2 carries for no yards at halftime. He has made up for that mightily here on this possession. Ball down to the 12-yard line. First down and 10 at the 12. 4:27 and counting. We are inside 5 minutes on this drive already. Turn, handoff. This is Boone, and he breaks the first tackle, and finally Trojans stiffen a little bit. It's still going to be a gain of about 4 yards on the play, as it'll be inside the 10. It'll bring up a second down at 6.
Young man runs hard. He took the linebacker on and bounced right off of him. We got to wrap up and drive our feet.
4:06 in this third quarter. Again, this drive started at the Prairie View 37. This is the 13th play of this drive. This is a killer. This is Prairie View's first drive of the second half. Partita, the only man, split out to the near side. Turn, handoff, Collar, trying to get the young man paid off, and they do. Collar from about 8 yards out. They're going to say he was short. Boy, he gets not great there. I think he reached that ball out there, it looked like from my point of view, but they're going to give the officials. It's so silly of them to let the guys who are much closer make the decision. But it will be a nice run of 8. We'll give him 7 yards because if it was 8, he would have put it in the end zone. 7 yards on that play, and now the 14th play of this drive. The Trojans are in trouble. 3:33 to play in this third quarter. It has just melted away. They've almost more than made up for the 30-minute halftime. And it's first and goal at the 1. See what the Trojans have in store here. Scott will be under center. Quarterback keeper, and he will finally fall forward. The pressure just gets too much on that D-line, and he leans across, and they should have turned and handed off the color.
Pay him off.
Yep, it is a 1-yard run by the quarterback, Scott. Those quarterbacks, you know how they can be. And he will get it into the end zone with 3:16 to play. The Trojans trail 13-6. They have done pretty good kicking game. And it will be a kick here for Blake Bodeker. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on the way, and it is up and is good. That's a pretty good kick by Bodeker. 3:16 to play in this third quarter. The Trojans give up a score, 14-6. They trail by 8. We're back on it. In 30 seconds, you're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
1-yard touchdown plunged by quarterback Justin Scott. Caps off a 14-play, 63-yard drive. Took 6:38 off the clock. And the point after attempt was good. Made it 14-6 as we sit right now. Still a lot of football left to be played. Here's Evan Troike inside his own 10. And he's got a big hole. Again, one guy to make miss. He gets enough of a stop. Now he'll start and stop again and finally be brought down. Boy, Evan has been close. That time one guy gets enough of him to slow him down. If he doesn't, he is Gandhi. And he gets it across the 35-yard line. That is about a 27-yard return. And the Trojans will take over at the 37.
It's important for the Trojans right now to put a drive together, finish it out, maybe try to stick one in here before the end of the third quarter.
You got to get going here. They have milked a lot of that clock off, did Prairie View. Trojans have had marginal success offensively in this ball game. And right now they only have the 6 points to show for. They went 3 and out on their opening drive. Prairie View goes 14 plays to answer back. Shirtano the split out to the far side. Near side wide receiver is Troike. High formation, the D-back current. Looking for the call from Coach Philpott, and he wants a timeout. That's not great to start a drive. They're going to need those timeouts. Timeout taken by the Trojans. They should have 2 left. And so they will. Yep. Trojans will take the timeout. And Dale, you come out of a turnover on downs, or actually have a kick, and then you have to call a timeout. Trojans will take their first of this second half.
I'm not sure what, if the alignment was wrong or or something. Coach come screaming down there and wanted the timeout. So,
well, they may have been thinking about taking a shot there, and then it wasn't there. But we will see what they decide to draw up here in the extra time that they take. 14-6, Trojans trail by 8. Prairie View 4-1 coming to this ball game, 2-0 in district play, the only 2-0 team in district play. One wide receiver far side, near side Troike. They do have a different alignment as they split two guys the far side. Here's Norris, low snap. He's got plenty of time, no pressure. He'll let it fly, throws it out. He's got Creed, and that one just takes a little too much time. Partita, that's twice he's made that recovery over there, and the Trojans come out throwing on 1st down and 10.
You can't throw it behind him. He's got to get that ball up in the air and get it over the top so Creed can keep running.
Basically a single-man route out there as Chitano came underneath, and Norris maybe think about pulling that one down. He had plenty of green out in front of him. It was well blocked up front for the Trojans. And it stops the clock with 2:59 to play here in the third quarter. Last thing the Trojans need is a quick 3-and-out. Two wide receivers far side, one to the near side. Shotgun here for Norris. Low snap again from Boatman. Norris now trying to scramble a little bit. He'll pick up a couple blocks. He'll spin forward, and he'll get a little something out of nothing. Just shy of the 45-yard line. It's a nice gain on that busted play of 7 yards for Ty Norris, and he just a gamer on that one.
Just make something out of nothing. It's a backyard ball. Let's go.
Sorry about that, Norris.
Making chicken salad. Not a chicken, you know what?
Family program.
2.5 to play. That's why I said you know what. We don't have a beat button, so we have to get creative. Two wide receivers far side, one near side. Big time, 3rd down and 3. Another low snap. That's 3 in a row. Maybe that's their best play. Nope, not this time. That is 3 straight low snaps from a veteran offensive center, a guy who has started almost at that position for 2.5 years. And he, I tell you what the problem is, that's the number 68 effect. That's the Wyatt Cox-Halliburton effect on Wade Boatman, because 68 has been a dominant force inside, so it's going to end up being a sack. And a loss of 5 on that play and a punt for the Trojans. Back-to-back 3-and-outs. Here's Lallman. See if he can get a little better effort. He does. This will be a tumbler again. It'll take a roll. Oh, Colton Kirby. You're killing me, Holmes. That was going to take a lot more of a roll. And it is going to instead be stopped down at the 29-yard line. That thing had some heat on it, and it was going to roll for a little bit longer. That may have taken, that ball's funky. It may have taken a weird roll, but I don't think so. And so instead, the Prairie View Buffaloes will have the ball at their own 29-yard line. Here with 1:36 to play. That took all of 1:30 off the clock after Prairie View held it for 6.5. And so they'll have it their own 29. Quarterback Scott Anderson, or toss sweep far side to Culler. Culler. Not much there. Maybe a gain of a yard and a half. They'll end up giving him 2 on the play. And it will bring up a 2nd down and 8. Well, up front, Trojans just getting enough movement off the ball. And that's a team that can kind of pick their way through, and they did it on that last drive. Trojans going to have to stiffen here. 2nd down and 8 here for Prairie View. Split 2 wide receivers far side. Partita and Bloodgood. Jacobs the fullback. Tailback is Caller. Quarterback Scott under center. Fake the toss sweep. Roll to the near side. Got a man open. It's Walker. He gets a high pass but brings it down and knocked out of bounds at about the 47, 46-yard line. That's a big gainer there on just a simple flat out after the play action of about 22 yards on a 2nd down and 8. And Walker's only had 2 catches. They've only had 2 completions. And between the 2 completions, Walker has 48 yards receiving, and Scott has 48 yards passing. 1st down and 10 at the 46-yard line inside Trojan territory. Turn, handoff, and a gain of about 2 yards on the quick hitter to Jacobs.
27, Petty.
Nice job by Doherty crashing down there from his defensive end position, making the tackle on the other side of the ball.
Under 30 seconds to play. They'll have to run one more play here in this 3rd quarter. The Fourth quarter coming your way. Trojans are going to have to do something. They've been against some adversity at times this season. Right now, they're back against it a little bit. They need to stop defensively here to end this quarter. 11 seconds to counting. Scott will go under center on second down at 8. And it's going to be a delayed game. They didn't get the ball off fast enough. And that'll back them up 5. It'll be back to the 49-yard line. So a penalty flag. They'll mark 5 yards, and it'll be second down at about 13 rather. Second down and 13.
Watch that big tight end out of the backside again. We're due for one of those. And the last pass, Curran saw the fake up front. He sucked inside, and they brought him out of the backfield.
Everything was going away from him, and then they come back to a wide open end. 2 wide receivers far side. Scott under center. Straight drop, little fling it out there, and it's going to be a forward pass. It'll fall incomplete. Now stop the clock with 1 second to play in this third quarter. It'll be a third down and 13, and just trying to get something out there to Partita. And it should have probably been caught. It hit his hands. I think it was going to be well picked up. Derby McReynolds has been a really good defender for the Trojans all season long. A lot of these guys play both ways. Defensively, the Trojans get a little bit fresher at times when they come out there. D. Weidman, Wes Jehay, and Derby, all 3 guys who don't play a ton of offense. They'll try that same play. There's Wes Jehay, and he's going to get a hold of him, and a good open field tackle by Wes. That's a tough spot. You're a safety. You're on an island out there. You got a big guy out there, and they do get the completion, but it's for no gain, and that's the end of the third quarter. Trojans down by 8. Can they get it back when we return in the fourth quarter? You're watching on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Quickly stopping the play. Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126. It's time for our anniversary sale. D-Rail Commodity Flooring and Furniture is celebrating over 50 years in business. From humble beginnings 50 years ago, HMS Enterprises has grown to 16 stores. With our buying power, we can offer you the best in truckload savings with some carpet styles starting at $7.20 a square yard. Save big in September with these amazing anniversary sale special prices on carpet, LVT, remnants, furniture, and more. Register to win a $500 shopping spree in-store.
Derby about got that one.
Number 12, Bodeker with
and a punt. That's going to take a really good Prairie View roll.
Inside the 5.
You can block those guys if you're Evan, but you got to be careful not to kick the ball. And that is a beauty of a punt. That is going to be no return. And it was at the 49. It'll be about a 47-yard punt, no return. And now the Trojans have their back against the wall offensively, and they have been 2 3-and-outs when there's 2 possessions in the third quarter.
Troy needs to come up and fair catch that. He's got to catch the ball. That way it doesn't roll all the way down. An extra 20 yards.
Yep. 11:46 to play. 14-6 your score. Trojans going to have it at their own 3-yard line. Well, a 97-yard drive would be pretty nice right here. Take 11:43 off the clock and get a 2-point conversion. They'll turn, hand it off, bouncing off blocks is Humble, and a big kind carry there. That's nice to get them out away from their own goal line, as it'll be up to the 10-yard line. It'll be an 8-yard carry on the run by Humble. And again, I mentioned he has not carried the ball much here today. It's an 8-yard carry, bring up a second down and 2.
Good quick hitter right there. We talked about that earlier in the game. We need to speed up, get across the line of scrimmage a little faster.
Wind starting to pick up a little bit out of the south. It's supposed to switch tomorrow in the afternoon. Who knows what will happen at that point. Norris under center, turn, handoff for Curran, trying to bounce. Backside going forward. It's going to be no gain on the play, trying to get in there behind the block of Joseph Dixon. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 here for the Trojans.
Prairie View's doing a good job of making us bubble that. We got to come down the line and read that, and they're making a nice bubble there. we've got to either put the foot in the ground and get upfield and get what you can, or Norris needs to pull it and just turn it up himself.
And actually, not a loss of a yard on that play to bring up 3rd down and 3. Got to pick up a first down. Have yet to get a first down here in this second half. Norris is going to be in this pistol with Humble to his left. They'll pass right in the slot, or right up the seam rather, and it was open, and he missed his tight end, Caden Harrison. And another punting situation here for the Trojans, and another 3 and out. It's a good play call, I think, and Harrison just not executed the way it needed to be, and incomplete pass.
Just a little bit too much heat on it. It's one of those that
touch it.
Just throw it up over the top and let him go get it.
Well, another punt. 10:26 to play in this 4th quarter. Trojans did force a punt on their last possession, but it was a beauty. Flipped the field. There's a punt by Lallman. It'll be fair caught. The most subtle fair catch in history. But it's going to be fair caught by Color. And the Buffaloes are going to have very good field position inside Trojan territory at the Trojan 42-yard line when they start this drive. Well, the defense stiffened up last time, but now time starts to become an issue. And the Trojans need a quick stop, so they'll have time to manufacture some points, hopefully. It's still a 1-score game. It's far from over by any stretch of the imagination, but the Trojans need to get started here. I tell you what, a turnover would go a long way there.
I can guarantee they're not going to throw the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't. They will start at the Trojan 42. 10:19 to play in this 4th quarter. Partita, the only wide out to the far side, I formation. Scott, turn, handoff. Color. And he is just getting in there behind the block of his big running fullback and just driving it right up the gut.
About 5 yards.
And it will bring up a gain of 5.
West J. Hay.
Had D. Weidman on skates right there. D. Weidman was 6 yards backwards.
The fullback now is Boone. He's been back and forth. He's the fullback. The tailback is Color, and Boone has done a nice job. Now the quarterback keeper trying to get to the outside. He breaks a couple of tackles, and that should have been a 2-yard loss. Instead, he's able to break out of a couple tackles and lean forward for a gain of about 7 or 8. No, maybe more than that, almost 10. But Scott's a little bit shaken up, maybe some cramps there as he gets across the 30, or right at the 30-yard line. And so officially, I think a gain of about 8 yards on the quarterback keeper. And it will be up to the 30-yard line. And Scott, looks like he's fighting some cramps. Well, he's the quarterback. I'm not sure who their backup is. But he'll have to come in and play for one. Looks like they're talking to Color over there on that far sideline. 9:41 to play here in the ball game. Trojans facing some pretty significant adversity here in week number 3 of district competition. Week number 6 of the season. And the Trojans, the pattern has not been great. They've won their first one, lost second one, won third, lost fourth, won fifth. This is game number 6. That's not ideal. Not a good pattern. Fullback is Boone, tailback.
1st and 10 from the 30.
Is Boone rather, and then Color is going to take that snap at quarterback, and that's just an easy play for him. Turn around, hand it off. Color's been the man so far here in the second half. It's going to be a gain of about 4 for Jacobs. It's a good little team Prairie View's got here. Got a lot of guys that can play. They're not fancy. They're not flashy.
4 yards.
But they know what they do, and they do it pretty well. Got a lot of guys they can turn to. Quarterback goes out and don't even miss a beat. Don't even take a timeout or anything. Collar just comes in there, and he'll go under center. Turn, hand off. Again, this one is Jacobs. This one bottled up a little better. It's no gain on the play. And it will bring up a 3rd down at about 6 on the no gainer on the dive inside for Jacobs.
A lot better job there by our D tackles, making a pile there, and linebackers coming up to finish it off.
Wellington takes the lead over Labette County, 27-20. Update there. Fort Scott now leads 15-10 over Chanutes. Galena taking care of Baxter Springs, 63-0. Trojans trying to just get a stop here. Color still in there. Under center, mishandled a little bit. Toss sweep near his side. Out for Boone. He's got some running room, and he's going to walk into the end zone. He will go to the pylon from 26 yards out. Penalty flag sits back here, though. Into the defensive backfield is where that penalty flag is, and the Trojans may get bailed out again. Flag on the play.
I believe it's going to be a block in the back. Trorky came up to,
hold.
A holding penalty.
That'll come back.
against Prairie View. If it's at the point of the hold, it may give them the first down. It shouldn't, though. It should be back from that spot, so it'll be back to the 26-yard line, and so basically back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a third down. They'll replay the down, and it'll bring up third down and same play. Third down and about 6. 3rd and 6, 8:06 to play. That would have been a touchdown for Boone. That was wide open, well-executed play, and Trojans only really had one guy out there had a chance, and he didn't really even have a chance. Trojans, boy, they need to take advantage of this gift. They just got 2 wide receivers far side. Color still in there at quarterback. Jacobs the fullback, tailback is Boone. Toss sweep, far side, Boone. Trojans stretch it. Boone picking his way. Wes Jahay catches up with him, finally can't bang him down. Penalty flag comes in again, and this will be another probably holding penalty. Maybe a face mask on Jahay, actually. It is.
Preliminary call to face mask against Girard.
And so that'll be a first down. They'll probably just take the play because he got it all the way down inside the 10 up to the, well, it's a personal foul, so it'll probably go on the tack on the end of it. So at the 8, it'll be down to the 4. Well, that's at the 7. It'll be down about the 3.5. And so, well, they do decline it. They'll take the play down to the 7, and now Prairie View knocking on the door. It's a nice run there all the way down of about 19 yards for Boone. And it's 1st and goal from the 7. 7:29 to play in the ball game. Prairie View trying to put an early nail in the coffin here.
From the 7.
Left guard flinching. No call. Turn handoff Boone. He'll go inside the 5 up to about the 4. Is where they'll put that ball down, and they'll bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line.
And Humble.
Easy 3. Trojans need to stiffen here. That ball squirted out a few times early on. They've been pretty good at securing it since then. 3rd down and goal from the 4. 1 wide receiver near his side, 2 tight ends. Oh, tight end far side, rather. Color, turn, handoff, Boone, hit, brought down. Big play there for the Trojans. Coming across, Chandler Humble. He slides through and makes the play for no gain. He'll bring up a 3rd down. And because this is a 1-score game, now the Trojans got to get a stop here on 3rd down. Because this is a 1-score game, they may want to think about kicking it. They've got a kicker who's done a pretty good job, and this is a situation to think about.
Got to make the stop here first, though.
This 8th play of this drive that started at the Girard 42, and 4 minutes off the clock in this one. They have dominated time of possession. Color under center. Straight drop, turn, handoff, Boone again. It's Chandler Humble. Boy, he is D'ing up. It's a gain of maybe a yard on the play to bring up a 4th down. And it's right at where the ball would be placed for a point after attempt. And so you've got a chip shot. A timeout will be taken. Prairie View will talk about it. We'll think about it as well when we return. Trojans, right now, they trail by 8. Prairie View thinking about a field goal.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
This is Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Ball sits right there at that 3-yard line. The Buffaloes take a timeout to try to figure out what they want to do. I'm sure they're thinking about a PAT distance field goal, or they may go for it here. I'd be surprised if they do go for it. Trojans have stopped the last 2 plays. I don't know why you don't kick it and make it a 2-possession game. This is not very good decision-making, I don't think, but if they score, I guess it will be. Color on a 4th down and goal here for this one. This is a play of the game. Color under center. He'll turn. Again, Boone. Ball's loose. Trojans ball. They get the stop. What a huge stop by the Trojan D. It was 1st and goal at the 7, and then a fumble on a 4th and goal at the 3, and the Trojans get the stop. They need to take this momentum and take it down and punch it in. That is a big mistake by the coach to decide to go for that one there when they could have kicked a PAT, which they're 2 for 2 on.
Once again, they don't even have their quarterback in.
Right.
They're running their running back as the quarterback. Big break for the Trojans here. We're going to take advantage of it.
Well, once again, they'll start inside their own 5, though. Their last drive started at their own 2. This one's at their own 5-yard line. Here with 5:50 to play. Turn, handoff, up the middle. Nice push. It'll be a gain of about 5 on the play, maybe 4.
Take it straight ahead.
On the dive.
Humble.
I think you run that about 3 more times. Make them stop it.
Picks up about 4 yards on that play. It'll be second down
and
6.
It's a run by Humble of 4 yards. Bring up second down and 6 here with 5.5 to play. Well, time becomes an issue. Trojans have 2 timeouts. Prairie View has 2 timeouts. Norris will settle under center. He'll send Harrison in motion. Turn, handoff again. Humble. Backside going forward again, and Chandler just running like a man possessed. It was all Chandler on that one. He got stroked as soon as he got the ball, and he was able to fight forward for 3.
Picks up a couple of yards.
And it will bring up
3rd down and 3.
A 3rd down and 3 here for the Trojans. Under 5 minutes to play in this ball game. Chance for somebody to take the driver's seat in this district. Burlington has squandered their chance of the driver's seat as they're fall behind. Last I checked, 28-0 Iola. Trojans need a play. And a timeout going to be taken. Trojans going to have to burn one. Ooh, that is not ideal. Trojans take their next to last timeout here on this one. 4:41 to play. 3rd down coming up next. You're watching on Girard Sports Live.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new Ceric Dental System, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard, or go online to peonydental.com.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
4:41 to play in this ball game. Trojans have the football. 3rd down and 3 inside their own 15. Ball sits at the 13-yard line. This starts to get to the point where it gets to where you think about 4th down territory even at this point, because 4:41, the way Prairie View's moved the football, I don't know if you're going to get it back again. They've taken a ton of time off the clock as Prairie View. That last drive almost over 4 minutes. First drive was 6.5. Norris under center on 3rd down. Turn, handoff again, the big fullback. He'll dive forward. He's got the first down. Chandler Humble, he did what you said, Dale. Just turn and handed it, and a 4-yard pickup is all enough for a first down.
One fullback to the other, and let me tell you, if you're getting 3-4 yards each carry, we got 7 yards and 2 carries. Let's give it to them one more time. I think we continue that.
Well, you start to soften things up a little bit, and then all of a sudden something's big over the top. 1st and 10. Trojans move the chains as they needed to. Norris under center. He'll turn. There it is. Play action. Throwing it up. He wants Troike. He's got him out, and at contact, it's going to be incomplete. It's just a touch of contact, but it's just a little bit overthrown. That wind is coming out of the south. It may have pushed it just a little bit. They had the play they wanted. They had the step they needed. Just couldn't connect, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
It's a good call. I mean, loosen them up with fullback up the middle, but just got to get some either air underneath it or no contact.
2nd down and 10 from the just shy of the 19-yard line. Stops the clock with 4:14 to play in this ball game. Norris under center. Turn. Handoff again to the big fella. Bouncing off tackles. He's in some open running room. That's a big run by the big guy. Channeling his inner Mike Allstott does Chandler Humble as he bangs off a couple of would-be tacklers for a gain of 11 yards.
Great run.
Number 2, Gavin.
Chandler had not carried the ball, I don't believe, more than maybe 4 times until this drive. He's got 4 carries for 22 yards on this drive alone. Clock under 4 minutes to play. It's up to the 30-yard line. Wade Boatman was banged up on that play, able to stay in it. They do get the end around for Humble. Humble down the sideline. Look at the speed. Look at the Jets up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 15 for Chandler Humble. As he has taken on this ball game right now is the big fella. Officially a gain of 16 for Chandler. And he's big. He's got some scoots. Guy ran track and placed in the conference meet in the 100. That's pretty good, and he gets out of bounds. It stops the clock with 3:45 to play in it. Trojans up to the 46. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Norris will send Troike in motion. He'll try to get the end around. He wanted to pass it, I think. Now he's going to have to go the other direction, trying to make something happen. He'll get Baby back to line of scrimmage. I think he was going to maybe look to pass that ball. He stopped pretty quickly to put it in his hands. And whoa. You got forward progress. That is terrible. He was all the way up to the line of scrimmage on the end around before he got stopped. That is a rough spot there of a loss of 3 on the play. All the way back to the 43-yard line.
Wow.
A loss of 3 to bring up a second down and 12 here with 3:06 as they wind the clock. Troike split out to the far side. Humble just to the left of Norris. 2 to the near side. Inside out is Curran and Shirtano. Now motion. Humble out of the backfield. 5 wide. Delayed game for the Trojans. Just too much. Too much. Sometimes less is more. And in that case, more was a 5-yard penalty. Back them up 5. And it'll be a second down and much further. 17 for the Trojans. Still plenty of time. Still 4-down territory now at this point for sure. As the ball sits there at the 38-yard line. Second down at 17. Now they'll just come out in that alignment. 5 wide. Norris snaps back to him. Trojans have time. Now Norris flushed. Got to break out of 1 tackle. He does. He got a little bit of running room. Good block out there by Humble. Norris is running. He's got a first down and more at the 40. At the 35. And knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A penalty flag all the way back to the 45. Penalty flag down all the way back to the 45-yard line. There was a beautiful block by Chandler Humble coming back across the formation on that one. And the penalty flags at the 45, between the 45 and the 46. Personal foul.
What is that?
I think it's head-to-head contact.
Personal foul will go against the Trojans.
I think that's what that is. I've never seen that call before, but I'm assuming that's what that is. And so, boy, just a gutsy play there by Ty Norris. And now penalties are starting to be a factor here in this one. 2:43 to play. Personal foul from the spot. I better just not make a comment on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a head-to-head contact is.
Well, I can tell you what it is. It's football. I don't know if that's the call. I don't know what the 2 fists together is. I've never seen it before.
Someone Google it out there and send it to me.
It's a big one, but I don't know. It's a mystery inside the press box. Not a single person up here knows what that penalty is, but alas, it cost the Trojans a big first down. Norris rolling. He'll throw one out there. Squirrely pass. Shirtano gave it a shot, and it falls incomplete, and it will bring up a 3rd down and a country mile. 3rd down at 25. All the way back to the 30. Trojans need to get all the way to the Prairie View 44 for a first down. Well, that will stall a drive. And then an incomplete one for Shirtano. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 25. You don't need to get it all right here. Get about half of it. Try to get it up to the 45 and give yourself a shot on 4th down. Could be the ball game at that point. Humble gets away with going early. Norris will let it fly. It's batted out of the air. First time we've said his name, but it's a big one. Colby Garrettson gets in there to knock that one out. I think he had what he needed downfield, but he bats it out, and it's 4th down. Trojans got to go for it, I think. Prairie View has the ability to just eat the clock, and you can't afford to give it back to him here.
With only 2:19 left to go, we have to go for it here.
And only 1 timeout. This has been a dogfight. This has been a good, just well-played ball game defensively. Good old-fashioned slobber knocker here tonight. Troike to the far side. Watch him. If you got a gadget play, this is when you pull it out. 2:19 to play in 4th and 25. Norris, pressure, lets it fly. He's got Curran. He makes it to, it's behind him. He would have caught that. He would have had the first down. Just in and out of his hands. He got a little twisted around, and it falls short. And it's a turnover on downs on the pass intended for Creed Curran. And it turns it over with 2:13 to play in this 4th quarter. Prairie View is going to get it back. Trojans can't really stop the clock but one time, and so they'll be able to eat this thing down until there are waning seconds in it. Prairie View has 2 timeouts remaining.
Prairie View's quarterback is back in the game.
And Justin Scott is checked back in for them here, as they will start at the Girard 30. And he will get up under center. On 1st and 10, turn, handoff, Boone. Nope, quarterback keeper. Scott is ripped down. Trojans need to take a quick timeout. They will. Timeout by the Trojans. And it will be their final timeout. As it will stop the clock with 2:07. Well, loss of 2 on the quarterback keeper.
How big are burning those early timeouts?
Yeah, both of them were not really necessities either, as one was coming out of a change of possession, and another one was because of alignment issues. And now they have none left. And they're going to be able to run this clock. It's 25-second play clock. That's different. In college, they would reset that thing at 40. You can just turn all kinds of time off. But Trojans trying to avoid moving to 3-3 and 1-2 in district competition. And that number 2 seed, 1-2 seed, is pretty important because you get a home game in week 9. If you are the 3-4, you're on the road to play a 1-2, and that's not ideal. Prairie View under center with Scott. Toss sweep near side for Color. Trying to pick his way. Trojans are going to stop him. And the play at 2 minutes. And you got to get that play clock set. It's important how efficient these guys work. They will start it with 25 seconds on 3rd down. Trojans may have a chance to get this one back, as it's a gain of 5 for Color, who's had himself a good second half. Clock will tick down to about 27 before they pull the trigger again, or close to it, minute 27. 2 wide receivers far side. Scott, turn, handoff again. Trojans get the stop. Color. It's 4th down. Minute 22 and counting. Again, they get the ball set. Minute 16. And wind it. White hat. Say go.
Wow.
25 seconds. Yep. So it's 4th down and about 6 on this one, and we're under a minute to play here. They'll have to snap it with 45 seconds to play.
21, Frontenac 20.
Trojans may get a chance. If they get a stop here, they may get a chance for a couple of shots. There's right guard jumping off sides. Color trying to pick his way through. Cuts back against the grain. First down. Ball came loose, but they're going to say he was down by contact, I believe. He had made contact with the ground.
Dives forward at the end of the play.
Official non-committal right in front of it. And if he's got the first down, they're going to give it to the Trojans.
Trojans.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. What do you call with 38 seconds left?
I take back everything I said about this crew already tonight. That was clearly the ball was knocked loose by the ground. If Prairie View's coach is just over there, hands on his knees, squatted down, just in flat begging mode for that call to go another way, they're going to call a fumble. If he had the first down, he'd have been to take one kneel on it, so the Trojans have a chance here. 38 seconds from their own 20-yard line. Norris, straight drop. He's got time. He lets it fly. Throws it underneath for Shirtano. It's incomplete. And stops the clock with 33 seconds to play.
Pass is incomplete.
And so they'll Run another one. Boy, we've had some dandies here at home. Trojans facing what could be their first loss of the year at home. And so it'll bring up second down and 10 from the 20. Down the distance. They still need to get first downs. Got to move first downs and move the clock a little bit, move the ball a little bit. They'll throw it out, whip it out for Curran. Makes the catch out of bounds at the 42-yard line with 27.3 seconds to play. They will get it completed to Creed Curran. And that was at the 20, at the 22-yard pickup. And Prairie View going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Prairie View.
Timeout taken by Prairie View. We'll take one last break here. Trojans trying to have a miracle here on homecoming. We'll see if they do it when we return. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Girard Trojans with the ball. Up to the 42-yard line here with 27.3 seconds to play in this game. They get a gift on a fumble that probably wasn't by Prairie View, and they had the ball first down and 10. They could have taken a knee on it. Trojans are out of timeouts. 27.3. Everything's got to be to the sidelines or in the end zone. Flip Caden Harrison. Norris, little pump and go. Throw it down the sideline for Troike. Picking his way. He makes the catch, and the ball comes out. Once he hit the ground, they're going to say, oh, that guy on the far side was going to call the catch. The back judge says catch. The near side judge is going to wave him off. Trojans are going to hustle up to the ball. They're going to call it a catch. Oh, boy. Things are getting interesting now. All the way down to the 28-yard line. Trojans have to hustle up because the clock's going to start with 20 seconds to play. Two wide receivers far side, one near side. Official waits for the chains to set. That Girard Trojan chain gang wisely takes their time. They'll clock the ball and stop it with 18 seconds. Everybody's going to be on their A game. The clock operator, the chain gang.
Well, I'm not going to say that I've got family running the chain tonight, but yeah, I got some family over there. Dan's running the chains.
That was from the 42. I'll cut you off before you incriminate yourself. That was from the 42 all the way up. That was a 30-yard pitch and catch to Troike, and he made a catch. It was dandy. Norris, pressure coming from the backside. He lets it fly, throws it underneath. It's caught by Curran! Caught by Curran down to the 7-yard line. Trojans will have to hustle up and clock it once again. 12 seconds on the clock. 12 seconds down. Trojans will hustle up there and get it to clock it. They'll wait for the chains to get there once again. Trojans took over this drive at their own 5-yard line, and their own 20-yard line with 38 seconds. In 28 seconds, they have got it down to the 6. This is bonkers.
Bonkers. I think one other time we had some excitement here.
Yeah, 2 games ago at home.
Yeah.
This has been nuts. That was down to the 30. What was that ball down to the 38-yard line? So that's a 22-yard pitch and catch to Creed Curran. They may have a shot at 2 of them. Norris can't take a sack. Scramble. This may be it. Norris is going to run with it. Mano Rano. Jacobs, he cuts back against the grain. He'll reach out there. He's not going to get it. He's going to be a yard short. And a penalty marker holding against the Trojans. That's a blessing, Dale, because 1.7 seconds, if it's not, they could decline it. That probably will, I would, because they're going to wind the clock at 1.7. We'll see how they decide to sort this out. He may decide to decline it and put the ball at the 1. And if they wind it, then can they get the play off? They should be able to. Trojans are going to get a shot at least at one more play. If they don't get a penalty there, the clock's going to wind as soon as it's set per play, and Trojans will not have a chance to run a play. They're going to back them up 10. They still got a shot. One shot at the end zone. You got to be ready to snap it as soon as they start it. 1.7 seconds. It'll be on the official. Norris. They will start the clock. He'll snap it. One play for all the marbles. Norris lets it fly to the end zone for Troike. Back to get it. incomplete, and that's the end of the ball game. Well, gosh darn it. That's one way to do it. Trojans fall a little bit short. They give it a yeoman's effort down the stretch of that one to have a crack at it. Instead, they fall just short. They were going to have to score and then get a 2-point conversion, don't forget, to tie this thing up. So they were going for all the marbles for just a chance to go to overtime. But it falls incomplete on the pass intended for Evan Troike. And that'll wrap this one. This happened at Pittsburgh State last year, and I had a mental breakdown when it did. This is the post-game show brought to you by Evans Motors. Evans Motors have been helping get people on the road since 1935. Stop by the lot just south of Pittsburgh. See Nate Reddy for a test drive and let them find you the vehicle that is right for you, or check out their online showroom at evansmotors.net. Trojans fall here in a tough one, 14-6. We'll talk about it next on the Evans Motors post-game show on Girard Sports Live.
For over 80 years, Evans Motors has provided some of the best handshakes in the four-state area. No matter what type of handshake a situation calls for, Evans Motors will guide the hand into its proper position with the correct amount of pressure. Risky handshakes, classic handshakes, or something in between, Nate and Eddie have an arsenal of shakes, roughly umpteen. So the next time you want an optimal handshake, come to Evans Motors in Pittsburgh.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new Ceric Dental System, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
Well, homecoming, a tough one. Always tough to lose that homecoming game, but even tougher to lose it in that kind of fashion. Things kind of squirrely down the end. Honestly, the Trojans probably shouldn't have had any chance to go back and get this ball game, but Dale wanted them to shake off a game that the 2 losses the Trojans have had in district play are ones like, darn it, I'd like to play them again. Not going to get a chance to unless they make a little bit of a run in the playoffs, but probably found something out a little bit about themselves again here tonight.
Well, there's no question that we have to do a little bit better up front. We have to keep ourselves in the game and finish drives. It's something that we have really struggled with this year, and something we need to move forward. And this game's over with. We need to win the next 2 to even have a chance to move on and not play the number 1 or number 2 team in the Southern District.
Well, it was 7-6 at halftime. Trojans scored. There was a lot of punting in the first half as well. Some turnover on downs to get things started. Won't go back and recap all that, but the Trojans, Prairie View scored on a 26-yard pass and catch from Justin Scott to Mason Walker to take their lead, 7-0. And the Trojans had a couple of first-half interceptions. They would take their first touchdown, a 3-yard touchdown run on a 6-play, 30-yard drive. With 2:11 off the clock, point after attempt was no good, made it 7-6, and then we went into halftime with that score. Into the second half, Trojans would have the ball. They go 3 and out, punt it away, back to Prairie View, and the drive of the game was at that point as Prairie View goes 14 plays, 63 yards, 6:38 off the clock. They cap it off on a 1-yard touchdown run by quarterback Justin Scott, and with 3 2:06 to play in the third quarter. They go up 14-6. That ends up being the final score as the Trojans would punt, Prairie View would punt, Trojans would punt, Prairie View would get it back, and they would drive it down the field, and they would fumble on their last two drives of this ball game. They fumble it away. They get it back, though, and then they end up closing out that drive, give it over to the Trojans, turn it over on downs. The Trojans do after they run quite a few plays. That wound out what was left of the clock, basically. With 2:13 to play in the ball game, Prairie View gets the ball back at the Girard 30-yard line. Trojans have no more. They have one timeout. They had one timeout at that point, and they call it. And it was going to be, they were going to get the ball back if they stop them on that drive and turn it over right there on that one possession without getting a first down. They were going to get the ball back with maybe 15 seconds left in the clock running. Instead, they were going to get a first down. Was Prairie View. Player dives for the first down, gets it, but he fumbles it. I'm pretty sure he hit the ground with the ball and kicked out, but no replay, obviously. Trojans get it, and they get life, and they go down the field in a hurry. Do the Trojans as they quickly march it down the field. They start at their own 20 with 38 seconds to play. They get it on some big chunks. 22, these are unofficial. 22-yard pass to Curran, a 30-yard pass to Troike, a 22-yard pass to Curran. And then they get a crack at the end zone. They scramble by Norris, ends up 1 yard short, but a holding penalty brings it back. The Trojans take another crack at it, this time from about their own 10-yard line, unable to get it in the end zone, and that's how this thing ends. Final score 14-6 here on homecoming. Trojans fall to 3-3 on the season. They move to 1-2 in district play. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and have your final stats and start to wrap things up here from Girard on homecoming. The Trojans fall here tonight 14-6. You're watching it on the Evans Motors postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athlete.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Back here on the Evans Motors post-game show. Trojan faithful out there on the field. Again, it's homecoming. Make sure you get out there and enjoy all those festivities. Tomorrow, always not as much fun when you have a tough loss here. The Trojans end up falling in this ball game 14-6 here to the Prairie View Buffaloes. Coach Philpott will settle his way here on the Evans Motors post-game show. Coach's interviews in the post-game brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And Coach, boy, that's a tough one, though. That's a game where, again, a pretty well matched up team. In fact, at halftime, Dale and I were trying to figure out who had the advantage and who was the better team, and I still don't think we know the answer to that question necessarily, but Prairie View holds on for the end. Some heroics there towards the stretch to even get yourself a chance was a big deal.
Yeah, I wish we would have come out the second half and put a drive together, but we struggled all night on the offensive side of things, getting some consistency, and they did some things to take stuff that we do away, and they just had us schemed up pretty good, and trying to get a no huddle and got down there on some big plays, and I'm not sure on some of those things of who makes that decision on some of those, but it was nice. It was very good to see our kids fight till the very end.
For sure. This was a very physical ball game. Two teams kind of, again, equally matched, and it seemed like a big-time game from kind of the get-go.
Yeah, we knew, this is kind of potentially for a shot at the district title. I mean, or at least a share of it, really. We had to win and kind of put ourselves and maybe have a chance at it, and we knew they were a good team, and saw some similarities with us, and I thought we made some strides in something. I thought our defense played very, very well tonight. For them to shut them down a lot of the night. They got a free little tight end pass over the middle on play action, which that was a big one early, but they drove it down our throat a little bit in the second half and kind of, we bent and didn't break, but we made some stops and we had a shot to tie it up and see what happened.
Yeah, on that defense, a couple of guys that stood out for us. Again, I talked with you about him on the pregame show. Wes J had a good ball game. D. Weidman probably his best game from that DN spot.
Without watching film, I would say that's probably true. I think D made some big strides this week in practice, and I think it showed up tonight in the game.
That'll be a pretty good coaching point. A young guy who's going to have to be a factor for you next year when you start to kind of see the wheels turn a little bit. That's what gets you excited as a coach, even though a tough loss.
Yeah, it's like I said, you got to sometimes see the good with the bad through the bad, and I think, like I said, we made some. I told our guys, it doesn't feel very good right now, and it's a terrible second prize that somebody tells you you played better, but after a loss like that, they don't really believe you. But I think we did, and we're showing some grit. We're fighting, we're hanging in there, and doing some things, and that's you got guys that are frustrated and want to win, and hopefully we can put some things together here and make a run.
Yeah, it's game on now. With the 2 losses in district, you pretty much got to win out to give yourself any shot of playing a home game in week number 9. What's the mentality as you try to re-rack things and get going again on Monday?
Well, we control our own destiny. I mean, we're not going to end up the 1 seed for sure, but we control to get in playoffs. We go out and take care of business a couple weeks. Teams can get hot, and we got to keep getting better and putting everything together. And it's you get in the playoffs, it's a new ball game. I mean, it's a new season, so you got to look at that, and we got to get ourselves there. And so far, so we're still at this point, we can control that.
I absolutely agree, Coach. Appreciate your time as always, and good luck next week against the Mustangs.
Thank you.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Dale Philpott, joining us here on the Evans Motors post-game show. Trojans fall here 14-6 to the Prairie View Buffaloes, and they will go to 3-3 on the season and 1-2 in district play. Take a look at your final stats one last time here as we get out of here. Final stats brought to you by our friends at the Bender on 7. Everyone's headed to the Bender for another great post-game celebration. Hopefully they'll have a great weekend this week with homecoming. Everybody coming into town, get out there and partake of the Bender. Grab your friends, head there for a late-night snack and some fun. Bender on 7, Girard's newest and most favorite hangout. Dine in or carry out. If you want to take something to go, call them at 620-724-4860. Final stats here for this one. Ty Norris going to finish 6 of 16 with 103 yards in this ball game, and rushing the football for him with 6 carries for 14 yards. The big fella, Chandler Humble, got going. Only had 3 carries for 13 yards in the first half, but he really had a nice second half as he had 38, actually more than that, 46 yards carrying in the second half, give him 59 yards on 9 carries for Chandler Humble in this one. Creed Curran had those 2 big catches, both I think about 22 yards in that final drive, so he finishes with 2 catches for 44 yards. He only had 3 rushes for 3 yards in the second half. He was 9 for 26, so give him 3 for 29 on the, give him 12 for 29 on the day rushing the football for the Trojans. And then Evan Troike, he had 3 catches for 29 yards at halftime. He had 3 big catches in the second half of 74 yards. Excuse me. No, that's not true. Troyke had that one big 30-yard catch, and so he finished with 5 catches for 59 yards as well, unofficially in this one. Trojans fall here tonight, 14-6 on homecoming. We'll be back at it again tomorrow, next Friday, as we head up for our final road game of the regular season at Iola. Pregame coverage will start at 6:30 as normal. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. For Susan Harris, our studio producer, and for my partner here, Dale Sharman, thanks for joining us. You've been watching Trojan football in your home for Girard Trojan Athletics right here on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Sends Saporito in motion. Straight cross, Graham pumping. Double move, Derby McReynolds trying to get over there. And he does! What a recovery by Derby McReynolds!
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crawcan Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Larid Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug Store, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, The Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, The Market 120, and The Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Two wide receivers near side. Curran in the slot. Chitano the wide out. Norris going to throw it up. He wants Troyke over the top. He makes the catch. What a throw! He threw it in the breadbasket of Evan Troyke on a rope. What a throw from the 30s down to the 20.
You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.